Oh boy. I'll probably go with like. Oh boy. This is it's gonna be quite the interesting game, ladies and gentlemen. Quite the interesting game. Oh, looks like Steelers get the ball first. That's nice. That's nice. And of course, it's raining outside, so why not? Gotta be careful with the way the weather is tonight. Ooh, boy, this is about to be good. It's about to be good. It's a chill vibe, though. It's a chill vibe. All right. Got here in time. Everything's all right. And we can get this game going. Gotta wait for Tucker to kick this off. Steelers get the ball first, so Ravens have elected to defer, so they'll get the ball in the second half. Tucker with the kickoff, and this game is underway. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the season finale. Week 18 matchup. We've got the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Now, for the Steelers, this game means everything. This is huge playoff implications. A win, and they may be in the playoffs. They need a little bit of help. But a win, and they potentially make the playoffs as the second seed. A loss, and their season is done. So everything's on the line for Pittsburgh in this game. They have to win to keep their playoff hopes alive. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, this isn't a situation where anything's on the line per se, because they clinched the number 1 seed last week. Right off the bat, the ball nearly popped out of Najee Harris's hands, and it almost could have been a turnover on the very first play. But yeah, there's nothing on the line here. See, this is what I'm talking about. Look at the rain. The rain is already affecting. First play, and Najee Harris almost lost the ball. The rain is already out there affecting things. But yeah, for the Ravens, there's nothing that they're really playing for here in terms of playoffs. They've clinched the number 1 seed. They did that last year. They did that last week. Also won the AFC North. So they're not really playing for anything significant. However, there is something that they can play for here. Second down and 8, going to give it to Harris here. Check it off to him. And he's going to be stopped short. Third down coming up here for the Steelers. So this opening drive, obviously the Steelers are trying to put some points on the board. The Steelers, they've had an up and down season. You know, you play Kenny Pickett. You start off well. They were actually within the race for the AFC North. And then all of a sudden, things start getting worse and worse. They end up losing to a couple of 2-win teams. It looks like their season could eventually be over. They switch to Mason Rudolph, and all of a sudden, things start looking up. They win a couple games, and now they have a chance to make the playoffs here. Third down and 1 here. Rudolph's going to take the snap. He's got a man right there over the middle of the field. It is caught by George Pickens. First down, Steelers. Funny enough, he took a little bit too long. He had a check down on the left. He could have just tossed it there. Maybe he picks up more yards than he gains. But he was able to... Actually, I said George Pickens. I meant Deontay Johnson. Yeah, but that was the Deontay Johnson. He had a check down on his left. He could have taken it. What's going on, Josh? Why is PQ out there? Because everybody, you can't like rest everybody. Somebody has to go out there and play. You cannot rest all of your starters. Somebody has to go out there and play. So some of the players, some of our starters are out there playing. They're not going to play the entire game, but some of those guys do have to go out there and play. Not everybody can just rest for the entire game, unfortunately. Yet another bobble here. The rain is definitely interfering with things. First, Najee nearly fumbles it, and then Warren nearly fumbles it. What NBA and NFL team should I root? I'm from Alabama. Honestly, pick whatever you want. I don't think there's a specific one you should. You could be from Alabama. You could be from Texas. You could be from Arizona. Pick any team that you enjoy. There's not a specific team I can tell you to root for. If there's a team that you like, if there's a player that you're watching right now in the NFL that you like, pick the team he's on. If there's a certain group of uniforms you like, or you like the way they play, you like their physicality, pick it. There's no specific one. You're from Alabama, so you probably would go with the Falcons and the Hawks, being from that area. Quick toss here on 2nd and 10. Gonna get it to Deontay Johnson, and he's gonna pick up a couple yards. Third down coming up here for the Steelers. They're trying to get the ball out quickly, running the football here, quick tosses, trying to get the ball out quickly. And the Steelers going faster. Mason Rudolph right now doing a good job managing this, not really trying to do too much here. Just managing it the right way. Third down and 4 coming up here. Is looking, firing across the middle of the field. Nearly picked off. Marcus Williams nearly picked that off. 4th down coming up here. If you're the Steelers, your season's kind of on the line. You might want to go for this. PQ was out. Oh, they're going to punt it. PQ was out there because he wanted to play. I mean, yeah, so is Cal Van Noy. I see Clowney out there. There's a good chunk of Marcus Williams is out there. The rain. Marcus Williams nearly had an interception. He could have taken that back. I do like this, though. A lot of defensive Ravens starters are playing. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You want to see a lot of your defensive starters playing. So they're going to be out there playing. Tyler Wallace, make sure he gets that punt. They look shook, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's playing nervous. It's the rain. The rain is automatic. Early on, you can see the rain is interfering with them. Early on. I don't know if I can really sit back and say it's complete nerves. What's going on, Sam? I don't know if I can say it's complete nerves. More so the situation of just the rain. Marcus Williams had a pick right there, and it just slipped through his hands. The rain is interfering with things here. This is the exact situation from 2019. Yep. But there are some clear differences between 2019 and 2023. Even if you want to be one of those superstitious individuals, I can tell you some differences from a season perspective. In 2019, we played the Rams. We blew them out on Monday Night Football. This year, we played the Rams. We went into overtime with them, and we nearly lost. In 2019, Week 5, we went up to Pittsburgh. We beat them in overtime. This year, we went up to Pittsburgh. We lost Week 5. So there are some differences. And if you wanted to say, hey, not everything's the same, so I guess it won't turn out like that. Cool. There's some similarities and some differences.
Exactly how this plays out. Let's go.
It is the rain, but it's also a lot on the line. Yeah, I mean, obviously. But it's early in the game. They're going to have to get adjusted to playing in the rain early on. You know, whenever you go out there and play in the rain early on, there's going to be some situations like that, which you just hope you don't turn the ball over. For them, they didn't. But early on, you're going to deal with some things like that. And the Ravens themselves are going to have to make those adjustments. So we'll see what Huntley does here early on in terms of trying to adjust with the rain. Because whenever the rain's there, the ball is definitely going to be an issue. Is Dalvin Cook playing? Dalvin Cook is not playing. He is not eligible to play at this point because he hasn't really had enough time to do so. So he's not going to play in this game. But, he will be on the roster come playoff time. You're streaming Colts-Texans, 2 major playoff implications, and I may be streaming Colts-Texans. I might go back-to-back with these ones. Not going to lie, I'm happy to see Mason Rudolph going good. I'm doing good knowing everything he's been through. Yeah, it's good to see him out there, I guess. This game is going to be a grudge match. Oh, absolutely. It's in the rain. It's a tough physical AFC North football game. I expect it to be I'll probably root for the Pacers and Ravens. Hey, man, feel free to. The Pacers, they're a great young team, and they seem like they've got their guy right now. Did you see what happened yesterday, man? Oh, my God. Tyrese Halliburton, man. Tyrese Halliburton is doing his thing with the Pacers. You know, it's been a while since the Pacers have been able to. They haven't looked like this good. They had that 1 year with Victor Oladipo, but past that, they haven't shown this much potential since the Paul George days. So, hey, Pacers are a nice team. They're on the up and come, and we'll see what happens there. And, of course, there's nothing wrong with rooting for the Ravens. 1st and 10 here for the Ravens. Huntley, he's going to start off by throwing. Nothing's there. He's going to take off. He's going to pick up about 2 yards. 2nd down coming up here for the Ravens. The rain is going to be an interference here, and you got to be careful. Can't even see the gate. Yeah, everybody's lens are early on. The rain is going to be affecting all the cameras out there. The 2023 AFC North is the best division in football. Yeah, that's without question. That's without question. 2nd down and 8 here. Honestly, this is just a day. We actually do have our starting offensive lineman out there, except Zeitler, who obviously is injured. But past that, we do got some starters out there. Bateman's out there. Quick throw over the middle. It is caught by Kolar. And Kolar is going to pick up about 4 yards. 3rd down coming up here for the Ravens.
Defensive strategy here for defensive coordinator Terrell Austin, who calls the defensive plays for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They love to play man-to-man against this team. They love to send 5 or more over and over again.
You know they're going to be looking to send pressure towards Huntley's way. He's going to have to be quick with the ball here. He's got to make quick decisions. Offensive line has to give him a good time. I'm actually fine with the starting offensive line playing. They need this test, bro. 3rd down and 3. Huntley floats it. He's got Hill. Could not hold on. Justice Hill had it in his hands. He could not hold on to the football. The rain is pouring here. Just couldn't get it. Incomplete. That's a tough throw. Nice throw by Huntley. It was in the hands of Hill, and Hill just could not make that catch. That was a great throw by Huntley. Oh yeah, speaking of which, I said there's nothing on the line for the Ravens in terms of playoffs, but there is something of importance for this game for a specific Ravens player, and that is Tyler Huntley. There is a lot, not a lot, but there is definitely something on the line for Tyler Huntley. You see, we all know it. We don't want to say it, but we all know it. Tyler Huntley is a free agent next year. He's going to be a free agent in the offseason. We don't have the cap space to bring him back. And even if we did, we have to look to sign Matabike and figure out the whole Patrick Queen situation. Because of this, we made the move to go get, was it Malik Cunningham? So, Tyler Huntley, offseason, probably not going to be here. Not to mention, there are a bunch of teams that need a quarterback. There are a bunch of teams that need a quarterback. And Huntley has played more than well enough to earn himself attention as a starting quarterback. So, if you put that together, basically Tyler Huntley today is playing to just put some extra film for teams to utilize in terms of guys that are going to be looking for a quarterback next year. There's a good chance Huntley is going to be a starter. How far is Pittsburgh to Baltimore? Like 4 hours. It's like a 4-hour drive. Not that far. Russell Wilson is fine being a backup to Baltimore. Russell Wilson is, first of all, Russell Wilson doesn't fit our play style in terms of what we want to do. Second of all, why would we get Russell Wilson as a backup? This game is meaningless for the Ravens. It's good practice for our defense to just keep them a little bit extra prepared. It's also good practice for our offensive line. Our starters are out there except Zeitler. So and they're going up against a tough physical team with a lot on the line. This is basically a playoff game for the Steelers. So our offensive line that's going to have to deal with some tough physical guys in the playoffs. Whether you're dealing with Buffalo's defense, whether you're dealing with Kansas City's defense, whether you're dealing with Cleveland's defense. The offensive line needs to be on point come playoff time. So those guys being out there is going to give them some great reps. And we've all complained about the offensive line throughout the season. They've finally started to get it together. As the season has winded down, that offensive line has finally started to get it together. So what better way for them to further prepare themselves for a playoff game where it's going to be physical in 2 weeks than to play against the Pittsburgh Steelers defensive front seven. So yeah. Game's absolutely going to be a slugfest. Yeah, there's no way. First of all, I don't even know how much he would cost. Actually, then again, I guess Denver's going to have to eat that money. But no, he doesn't fit our play style, and there'd be no reason. We got Malik Cunningham for a reason. He's not going to. We don't need another backup at this point. We don't need this win, but I don't want to see us lose. I mean, obviously. Pittsburgh and Baltimore, 38 one-score games since 96, the most of any matchup. It's been the best rivalry in modern-day NFL. Since the turn of the millennium, this has been the best rivalry. First down here, they're going to run the ball. Nice run here by Najee. Oh, he got a couple yards. I thought, oh my God, the offensive line was doing a great job blocking. We can try to see if we can free up some cap by trading Marcus Williams. They're not doing that. I doubt we'll have any luck, but we can try. They're not trading Marcus Williams. Hey, keep it real. Would you like T. Higgins on the Ravens? We don't have the money to pay for T. Higgins. We got guys we got to pay, man. We got to pay Matabike. We got to figure out the Queen situation. We got a lot of pieces that we got to pay. We don't really have the money to pay T. Higgins. Run on second down here on 2nd and 5. That's a 4-yard gain. Third down coming up here. Are you concerned about Lamar's 1-3 playoff record? Nope. I have zero concerns. Okay. I'm sorry that you guys want to keep bringing up the record. Let me tell you something here. The last time Lamar Jackson played in the playoffs was 3 years ago. The last time Lamar Jackson played in the playoffs was 3 years ago. I'm not going to judge a quarterback who's made significant improvements to his game based off of a playoff game he played in 3 years ago. He was 24 years old when he played his last playoff game. He's going to be 27 when he enters there. I don't have any concerns. But my biggest third down here, they're going to run and pick up the first down. But here's the biggest reason why I have zero concerns. It's because what Lamar is able to do now versus what he was able to do back then. In Greg Roman's system, he wasn't really able to be a quarterback. Let me explain what I mean by that. Under Greg Roman put him in a restricted, limited system where Roman controlled everything and Lamar didn't have the freedom to do anything. People for years sat back and said, why are you guys complaining about the play calling? Lamar's the quarterback. Can't he make adjustments? Can he call audibles? Under Greg Roman's system, Lamar Jackson was not given the luxury to call audibles. They actually started testing this out in 2022 where they allowed him to call audibles. You know what game that was? The Dolphins game. Last year, where Lamar Jackson balled out. You know what Greg Roman did in response to that? Go back to doing things his own way. 3 years ago, Warren with a nice run to pick up a first down and more. Warren getting into Ravens territory inside the 45. You know what was happening? He wasn't allowed to make adjustments. He wasn't allowed to call audibles. If he saw something from the defense, there's nothing he can do. He's just got to snap the ball and run the play. That's what he had in Greg Roman's system. Under Todd Monken's system, Lamar has complete freedom and range to actually do his job as a quarterback. Meaning, he gets the play call from Todd Monken, he tells it in the huddle, he gets everybody set, he sees what the defense throws out there, he makes an adjustment. If he sees a mismatch, he calls an audible, and then the ball gets snapped. He can actually do his job as a quarterback. Lamar, in those playoff games, did not get to do his job as a quarterback. Not to mention, it's the level of maturity Lamar Jackson is showing. I made a whole discussion, live stream the other day between 2019 and 2023. If you look at 2019 Lamar and you look at 2023 Lamar, it's two different guys. 2019 Lamar is vibing on the sideline with sunglasses. 2023 Lamar is on the sideline, laser eye focused, completely locked in, and talking to his guys to make sure everybody calms down and stays locked in. There's a difference. There's a maturity level difference. There's an improvement in Lamar Jackson's ability. He's improved as a quarterback, he's improved as a passer, he's improved as a leader, and he finally has the freedom to do what he needs to do as a quarterback. So again, you ask me, am I concerned about his playoff record? No. At the end of the day, I understand why people bring it up. Nice quick toss here, 2nd and 2 to pick up the first down. And Steelers continue to move the chains. They are in Ravens territory. But yeah, I understand why people constantly want to bring up the 1-3 playoff record. And me personally, I don't have a problem with it. Every all-time great quarterback, every quarterback when it comes to their legacy, every Hall of Fame quarterback that's trying to win a championship, if they don't have a great playoff record, it's always going to be brought up. Peyton Manning's playoff record was brought up until he finally won a Super Bowl. Okay? His playoff record and how poorly he played in the postseason was brought up until he finally won a Super Bowl. So I'm perfectly fine with people bringing it up. It's fine to have questions about Lamar. It's fine to do that. I don't care at this point. I'm not going to base Lamar Jackson's playoff record on Lamar Jackson's performance this year based on his playoff record from 3 years ago when he's not even remotely the same quarterback or the same leader or the same individual he was when he played in Buffalo. Not to mention the improved weapons he has, the improved offensive system he has, the more versatility in this offense, and the much better defense he has this year. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to be guaranteed to go win in the postseason. For all we know, they get into the playoffs and lose again. Though this time it will be a much bigger collapse than 2019 because this team's on the verge of being seen as somewhat of a historical team. You understand our defense is the number one scoring defense. The number one scoring defense, they're leading the league in sacks and leading the league in turnovers. I don't think that's ever been done in the history of this game. And if it has, it probably hasn't been done since the 40s. The Ravens have the opportunity to do that with their defense. You can't have a defense like this and then choke in the playoffs. So if they do, we'll have that conversation. But I don't really see it happening, and I'm not really concerned. That's pretty much my statement. Steelers moving the ball. They're in field goal range. In fact, they might be in the red zone. No, they're in field goal range. They're in field goal range right now. Ravens defense looking to make a stop here. I don't even, first of all, there's no need to even put Mike Vick as a Ravens quarterback when I have Lamar Jackson. That's just a waste of a question. Just give me Jerry Rice as a receiver. All right, like there's no that question. That's just a waste of a spot to put Mike Vick as a Ravens quarterback. What the hell would I need Mike Vick for when I have Lamar Jackson? That's just a waste. That's an actual waste. Pittsburgh's moving the ball well and getting inside the red zone of the Ravens. Ravens defense gonna have to deal with the physicality early on we're seeing from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Greg Roman started sending in play calls with less than 10 seconds. Let's say Lamar's not the Ravens quarterback then. Then who's going to be the quarterback? You got to give me a quarterback that I would have to pick. Because again, you're saying I can't just make the assumption. Who's going to be the quarterback then? Because I have to have a quarterback and you have to choose. Again, you're going to have to give me a pick from it to I can't just, if Mike Vick, let's say Lamar is not the quarterback then, or Mike Vick, but again, if you're giving me the choices, would you rather have Jerry Rice as a Ravens wide receiver, Gronk as a Ravens tight end? Just sit back and say, for the question, This is a draft. It's a draft, which means Lamar's not even in this conversation. He's not part of the draft. None of the current players are part of the draft. This is just people from the previous time. If we're talking about people from the previous time, then yeah, give me Mike Vick as a quarterback. First and goal. They're going to hand this off. I didn't realize they got the first and goal. The Steelers are legit just moving the ball. Front seven is so weak, boy. Bro. No, they are not. Front sevens, usually struggled with the run game sometimes, but not necessarily. At the end of the day, I know the Ravens, one of the things they do for defensively is make adjustments. Who do you got winning, Colts versus Texans tonight? CJ Stroud's playing? If CJ Stroud's playing, I'm taking the Texans. If CJ Stroud is playing, I'm taking the Texans. Simple as that. If CJ Stroud is playing, I am taking the Texans. Second down and goal here for the Steelers. They're going to hand it off. Najee Harris dives into the end zone. Touchdown Steelers. They score first in this game. Who do you think is going to win the national title? Michigan or Washington? Michigan, though Washington, I believe Washington's an underdog in this, and I think they've got a great shot, but I think Michigan's going to win it. Jackson's worst year still better than any season Mike Vick had. I wouldn't sit back and say that, per se. I would not sit back and say that. Let's not forget what 2010 Mike Vick did. And then 06 Mike Vick. Let's not lose our minds there. So Steelers end up scoring first. Second drive for them here. They put up a touchdown, go down the field, and they score. With their season on the line, the Steelers come out here offensively, run the football, and get the job done. So now we got to see what Tyler Huntley and this Ravens offense can do on their second drive. But, Mason Rudolph and that Steelers offense went down the field and scored. I know it may be second stringers, but the defense is missing tackles. Pathetic. It's the rain, bro. They're going to have to adjust. Our run D is going to cost us. Again, it's the rain, bro. You're going to have to adjust. The level of negativity y'all like to show every 2 seconds. My God, how do you stand that being a fan? That's just that. At that point, that's just got to be tiring. Being negative over every aspect of your team. How do you enjoy actually watching the sport? If I was negative over everything, I couldn't be a Miami Heat fan. Because every night when I see Tyler Hero just not doing anything, or when Jimmy Butler gets hurt, or when Bam Adebayo's not doing what I expect him to do, playing bully ball sometimes, getting in the paint, being more aggressive and taking shots. Half the things that I see from my Heat team in the regular season would piss me off. If I was negative about every single one of those aspects, I couldn't be a fan. Rain is the excuse. If we're as good as advertised, we need to make those tackles. You can't let the weather determine that. Not saying you should let the weather determine that. I'm just saying weather always plays a factor, but you never use it as an excuse. At the end of the day, they're going to have to adjust and do their jobs. But I'm not going to sit back and say they're pathetic for missing tackles early on in the game when we've seen them early on in the game miss tackles and adjust. What I'm saying is they got to adjust. At the end of the day, the Ravens defense is always looking to adjust. There's times where they come out and they're just getting it done from the beginning, and there's times where they need to adjust. Against the Dolphins, they needed to adjust. Against the Niners, they needed to adjust. It's about making adjustments sometimes. Now, yes, absolutely, guys need to make tackles. Absolutely, that's a thing, but I don't expect the entire game they're going to be missing tackles. You put your starters in, they will care. They never adjust. You're saying the Ravens defense never adjusts. Have you been paying attention to the season at all? The Ravens defense never adjusts. Under Mike McDonald, not Wink Martindale, under Mike McDonald, they never adjust. Have you actually been watching Ravens football this year? To say the Ravens defense does not adjust. I'm not saying they haven't had bad moments, because even when they've made certain adjustments, those adjustments don't work. Sometimes the players just don't make the plays. But to say the Ravens never adjust, have you actually been watching Ravens football this year? The biggest adjustment, I can give you an adjustment last week that McDonald did. Look at all these people panicking. Trust me, it's in the nature of a sports fan, bro. We're like kids. We're like kids. Sports fans have the attention span and mind span of a 5-year-old, bro. The minute something's not going our way, we start immediately panicking and just I'm crucifying the team. But the minute everything starts getting fixed, woo, we're the best team ever. Ain't nobody gonna beat us. That's what I'm talking about. And it's not even just like Ravens fans. I'm talking about fans in general. Everybody does this for their team. Whether it's basketball, whether it's football, whether it's soccer. The minute something's going bad, we want to panic and talk about how our team's trash and the coaching staff ain't doing their job and guys look pathetic. The minute things turn around, all of a sudden this team's great. Look at what we can do. We can win a championship like this. We do this all the time. I mean, we do this all the time. It's a tough physical game against the Steelers. You would know the Steelers are going to have responses. Their season is on the line. I'm saying I've never seen such bad tackling. Have you been here in the previous years where we've actually had bad tackles? You've never seen... What do you mean you've never seen such bad tackling? In your entire life as a sports fan, you've never seen such bad tackling. Stop the cap. Unless you're telling me you started watching football this year, stop the cap. You've never seen such bad tackling in your entirety of watching. Okay, bro. I'm not with you. Again, y'all, I'm not even dealing with y'all today. I ain't even dealing with y'all today. How long you been watching sports? How long you been watching football? 2 minutes? To say you've never seen such poor tackling. All right, bro. First down and 10 for the Ravens. Melvin Gordon gonna get the ball. Nah, I don't even. Yeah, 2 minutes, bro. You've been watching sports since 2 minutes. You've never seen such poor tackling from any team ever. All right, bro. You got it. You got it, bro. You got it. This must be your first time watching AFC North football. This is common. Who does Pittsburgh have to... I actually don't know who Pittsburgh has to root for them to win. All I know is if Pittsburgh wins this game and Jacksonville wins this game, that Sunday night football game between the Dolphins and the Bills become a must-win game. Drop by Collard on 2nd and 7. They need the Titans, Dolphins, and Broncos to win. Man, they need a lot? I watch every Steelers matchup with the Ravens, and you're saying you haven't seen worse poor tackling than this? Oh my God, you have not been paying attention to this. You have not been paying attention to this. Does anyone want to bring up 2016 to this guy, saying he hasn't seen worse tackling than this? All right, bro. Sure. Yeah, you've been watching the Ravens Steelers the entire time, and this is the worst tackling you've ever seen. Clearly, you weren't here in 2016, I guess. 3rd down and 7. Huntley's got time. Huntley looking. Pressure's coming. Huntley. He's just going to have to fire it. It is incomplete. And they're going to have to punt the football once again. Early on, the Steelers' pressure is getting there. Actually, that wasn't really a situation where the pressure was getting there. The coverage was good enough. Huntley couldn't find anybody, and eventually the pressure got to him. So the Steelers need a win, a Jags loss, a Bills loss, a Colts win. Wait, what? Okay, win. Okay, so they need a win plus a Jazz. Okay, so Steelers need a win. They need the Jaguars to lose. Oh, that's different scenario. So, okay, the Steelers need a win and the Jags loss, or a win and the Bills loss, or a win and the Colts-Texans tie, or a Jags and loss and the Broncos win. Okay, I got you. I've seen plenty of bad... Bro, he's just out here. Listen, it's for the sake of entertainment, bro. Okay? There's nothing we're playing for here. He's just trying to spice it up in the chat. There's nothing to play for here. Glad Lamar didn't play. These drops would have killed his stats. I don't really care about his stats. I'm glad he's not out there playing because it's raining and you're going against the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. So, yeah. Let that man, rest. We need him for the playoffs. What do you think of Michigan's defense? I don't really... they're solid? I really don't know. I've not been watching much of Michigan football. I only just recently watched them when they went up against, Alabama? So I don't really have much to say about Michigan's defense. I'll say in that game, they made plays down the stretch to help their team. They made plays down the stretch, saw some great tackles. They made some plays. Now, this game is crucial for the Ravens. Yeah, it's crucial for the Ravens, man. They got to win this game. Everything's on the line for the Ravens.
Explain this bundling thing again.
All right, Coach Reed. Let's say these fries are your car, right?
And this burger is your home.
It can be more affordable if you bundle them together.
Kind of like a combo.
Don't say... He's always... Dude, football athletes, this guy always says that whenever there's nothing to do. This guy, when there's nothing to do and there's nothing to play for, he starts asking some of the most meaningless questions, bro. It's to kill time. So, just understand for the next 3 hours, he's going to ask more questions like this. If anyone wants to answer it, feel free to. I know what he's on today. I don't have an answer for any of your questions, bro. It's whenever we got nothing to play for, or it's a meaningless game, or it's a game that has nothing to do with the Ravens. My man Charles is gonna ask questions like this. Okay, I'm just telling y'all. For some of y'all that are relatively new to the chat or not here when Charles is here, he does this all the time. He does this all the time. He does this all the time. Anywho, but yeah, sure, buddy, sure. I guess. I don't know if you should be using that phrase. You should probably just use a different phrase. I don't think you want to use that word right next to Lamar. It'll just piss people off. Go back to your usual, should we bench this guy or should we, replace this guy with that guy? So yeah, Steelers with the win, 63% chance of making the playoffs. With the loss, 14%. Who do you think the Ravens should draft? Offensive lineman. I think you got to get a left tackle. Look for a left tackle. That's what I'm saying. Look for a left tackle. 1st and 10. The Steelers, honestly, they're just going to look to run the football today. So the Steelers are just going to look to run the football today. That's it. They're going to look to run the football today. They're not going to do anything complicated. There's no reason for the Steelers to try and complicate things with their game plan. They're going to run the football today. It's the rain. They're going to be physical. And they're going to run the football. Ravens defense has to respond. That's as simple as that. The guys that are out there got... Oh, God. Did we start taking... Oh, boy. Now I'm not really seeing our starters out there. Now we did take our starters out. So, Rudolph chose to hang on to the football there. Nearly got sacked, but he dumped it off. It was caught. 3rd down. Y'all need to draft that edge rusher from Alabama. I don't know if they're going to. I say wide receiver. Not drafting O-line worked out for Cincy. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Because of the 1 year they got to the Super Bowl? I don't know if you want to sit back and say it worked out. If you could create the best possible offensive line for your quarterback, you do it. And I can't really sit back and say it's worked out for Cincy when Joe Burrow suffered 2 season-ending injuries. 3rd down and 3 here for the Steelers. Rudolph. Oh, he's going to fire it. Does he have a man there? No flag on the play. Stevens played it right. Incomplete. 4th down here for the Steelers. They're going to put the football here again. And they're not going to try to take any chances against this defense. Steelers fans here. Steeler fan here. Fan of the channel. Crazy how night and day our team looks with Mason. It is interesting. I think, honestly, you just needed a guy that was going to run the offense and not make mistakes. With Kenny Pickett, I can't say much about Pickett because he was under Matt Canada's system. So I don't know if it was Matt Canada that was holding him back or Kenny Pickett was just as bad. So we're never really going to get that answer this year. We're not going to get that answer this year. I'm not going to lie. We're not going to get that answer this year. So I'm not exactly sure what to say in that aspect. But all of a sudden, Kenny Pickett ends up going down with an injury, and you put in Mitchell Trubisky, and he was complete garbage. Mitchell Trubisky was complete trash. Mason Rudolph's not doing anything spectacular. He's not trying to be a world beater. He's not trying to put everything on his back. Mason Rudolph is just running the offense. Mason Rudolph is just running the offense. And that's exactly what the Steelers needed. They've got the running game there, and they've got that defense that will keep them in any football game possible. So all they needed was somebody that can just run the offense and help them move the football. And somehow, it's been Mason Rudolph. Not to mention, I think they've needed some extra motivation, man. After you guys lost to the Cardinals and the Patriots in back-to-back weeks, the media crucified everybody on this team, bro. They started talking about Mike Tomlin potentially having to go and all this other stuff. Talking about these guys ain't playing with no passion. They look awful. They're not going to make the playoffs. They started going after both Deontay Johnson and George Pickens. I mean, the media was getting after y'all. And the team responded with the way Mike Tomlin teams usually respond. Doesn't mean it's going to be great, but, man, they're going to compete. AK, you're always wearing hats, trying to hide your hairline, bro? No, not that. It's just I usually try to wear my Ravens gear whenever I'm doing it. I mean, you can see there's plenty of videos where I'm not actually wearing a hat. I'm not saying it's playing videos, but there are definitely videos. There's videos and live streams where I'm not wearing a hat at the end of the day. So it's not necessarily a thing of hiding my hairline. Though I will say I do need a cut, though. I ain't gonna lie. I do need a cut. But my hairline's fine. I hope to keep it here, though. I'm not gonna lie. I really hope. Listen. I've seen some people lose their hairline early, bro. They lost it early in their 20s, bro. I am blessed to still have my hairline. And I hope to keep it well into my late 20s, early 30s, all the way to my 40s. I ain't trying to lose my hairline anytime soon. So, I'm blessed to still have my hairline. Because if I lose my hairline at this point, I'm growing out the beard and I'm just shaving my head. Because you either have all of it on top, or you just don't have it there at all and you just, like, do that. So, you know, as long as I still got my hairline, bro, I'm good to go. You know, and my hair grows fast, so, like, this hat could barely fit me because I got like I got a hair right now. You ever grow your hair out? Once, but I don't really grow my hair out like that. Can you explain the Super Bowl logo conspiracy to me? Shout out Charles for the donation. Again, it's just the logo. Again, I guess the last 3 Super Bowls, the colors that have been placed on the logos has matched the colors of 2 teams that have played in the Super Bowl, and then the color that's on the bottom of the Super Bowl logo is the one that wins the Super Bowl. So apparently this year, the colors that's used for the Super Bowl logo is red and purple. So that means a red team and purple team are going to be in the Super Bowl, and the purple team is going to win. Now, unless the Minnesota Vikings are making the playoffs, not sure if that's going to be the case in terms of the NFC. So that means a purple team in the AFC is supposed to get there, and then the red team, i.e. the Niners, from the other side is supposed to get there, and I guess the purple team wins. That's the conspiracy people are throwing out there. Which, again, I don't know if it's true or not. You know how sports are. At the end of the day, if that's the script, that's top-tier script writing. If this is the year Lamar, I'll take it. You ever going to grow your hair out? Probably not. Do you believe the Super Bowl logo thing is real, or is it just coincidence and not a script? Because if that happens, again, the NFL has to be investigated. I don't think it's a real thing, but I'm not really interested in looking into whether or not it's a real thing or not, or how that whole aspect goes. I'm not really interested in looking into that. At the end of the day, this is all entertainment. So whether or not that's true or not, that has nothing to do with me. It's all entertainment. You think the Lakers are cooked? I think the Lakers need to get rid of Darvin Ham. I'm not going to listen to the whole aspect of, oh, LeBron and AD, they don't have enough help. This is the same team that helped them get to the conference finals last year. Hell, this is the same team that they had when they won the in-season tournament. What's the issue? The main issue for them is literally Darvin Ham and his crazy, bizarre rotations. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what half the lineups he throws out there are just crazy. What is he actually doing out there? Darvin Ham has lost the locker room. There's several players that are literally having trouble trying to get into a rhythm. And for some reason, I don't know what's wrong with this guy. For some reason, every single time, whether they are coming back from a huge deficit or they're going on a run to take the lead, for some reason, Darvin Ham's like, all right, cool. Let's take LeBron and AD out. Why? AD starts killing it. They go on a run. All right, AD, come to the bench real quick. LeBron goes on a run. All right, LeBron, come. What is he doing? And then he's putting out weird rotations and lineups to try to match with LeBron and AD, and none of it's working. Like, what? Darvin Ham needs to go. I think that's the biggest issue. It looks like he's lost their locker room, and his lineups, they're just awful. They're just awful. I'm not going to listen to, oh, they need more. Maybe they're going to look to add some talent. I'm not saying they can't add that. Here goes Melvin Gordon. Nice run by him. Picks up about 7 yards, second out coming up for the Ravens. But yeah, I'm not going to listen to the Lakers LeBron and AD don't have help. I'm not listening to that. That's the same unit they had that helped them win the in-season tournament. Everybody's sitting back talking about how this team looks great when it matters most. It's the coaching. It starts with the coaching. Not saying they can't add anything else. They probably could certainly look to add another piece and make a trade piece. But, yeah, I would really start with Darvin Ham and get a new coach. I think that's the main issue. Second down here, they're going to run it again with Melvin Gordon, and he's going to pick up a first down.
of his career. It sounds like Coach Harbaugh has a viewpoint that
Warriors not looking good, as I haven't followed them a lot, but I just know Draymond got suspended. Yeah, Draymond got suspended indefinitely. He's apparently doing some counseling, and we don't know when he's going to get back. Clay, for the most part, throughout much of the season, he's played terrible. Actually, not played terrible. He just hasn't looked like Klay Thompson. His issue is he hasn't looked like Klay Thompson. That's been the main issue. He hasn't looked like Klay Thompson. And I think that's a huge problem. Curry, at this point, is just doing whatever he can. Melvin Gordon fumbled the hell out the football. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, is why you need Dalvin Cook. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you need Dalvin Cook. For those wondering why the Ravens went to go get Dalvin Cook, that's why they went to go get Dalvin Cook. Melvin Gordon is not seeing the football field in the postseason. If anybody's going to be that third back, it's going to be Dalvin Cook. That's why they went and got Dalvin Cook. For anyone saying, oh, we don't need Dalvin Cook, that right there is why they went and got Dalvin Cook. Melvin Gordon can't hold on to a football to save his life. That's why they went and got Dalvin Cook. Okay? What are your thoughts on the what? I don't know what that is.
Tax Act doesn't sponsor any cool pro athletes. Tax Act is too focused on improving.
Dalvin Cook is washed. We don't need him. You need a backup. Oh wait, I know. This is Nikolai doing that. I'm not doing that. You need the backup. You need that third back. But yeah, if anyone wanted to know why we got Dalvin Cook, that's why we got Dalvin Cook. Legitimately. That's why. That's why. If anyone wanted to know why we got Dalvin Cook, that's why.
Where'd you want to serve?
Oh, I didn't serve, but if your spouse, parent, or grandparent served in the military, you can join USAA.
Yeah, my grandpa did. So I'm already in, but I was talking about your serve.
Oh.
USAA for the military community.
Yep, people already going off on Twitter. Like I said, it wasn't hard. Like, you expect me to trust Melvin Gordon in a playoff game? You're crazy. You're out of your mind if you think I'm trusting Melvin Gordon. I hope the Ravens actually don't play this dude. Like, there's no reason to play this dude at all.
Melvin Gordon's had a couple of Pro Bowl season guys, but as you mentioned, holding onto the football.
Like, I don't know how y'all want to see it, but we are going to see Dalvin. We are going to see Dalvin Cook in the playoffs. Melvin Gordon, what's going on, Darth? If you needed any reason as to why the Ravens got Dalvin Cook, you got your answer right there. Thank God for Dalvin Cook. Yep, that's pretty much why. Timberwolves in the top of the West. They're doing great so far. Hopefully they keep it up. Love what I'm seeing from them. Crap. Well, first of all, the answer is the Flash out of all of them. It would be Flash, Sonic, and I don't know who's faster between Usain and Lamar. I would assume Usain. So Najee Harris is just doing his thing right now. Oi. Dallas Cowboys made you guys overpaid for a wash Dalvin Cook. I don't overpaid. Do you actually know how much did you actually take a look at how much he's getting paid? I don't even think he's getting $1 million here. How much did they, was the Dalvin Cook signing? I actually want to look to say overpay. Overpay what? Do you actually know how much they gave up for Dalvin Cook? We are not the Jets, sir. We are not the Jets. Let me see. I need to see what this contract is.
Think about it. If Baltimore has their guys, that's the best defense in football this year. I mean, this defense.
A snap infraction. Offense number 60.
Flag on the offense.
First down. There is no foul for too many players on the defense, as there must be a legal snap.
This defense, when they're healthy.
Yep, everybody on Twitter is going off and saying if for people that didn't know why we got Dalvin Cook, welcome. That's why. How is Dalvin Cook already trending? Dalvin Cook is already trending. It's crazy.
Pittsburgh is not running the ball, at least early on, the way that they have so far.
320 is what they gave him? Yeah, okay, if it was 320,000, then yeah, we didn't overpay anything. I don't know what he's talking about. First and 15. He's going to be stopped right there. Second down coming up for the Steelers. Gordon is a fumbling machine like that his whole career. Pretty much. Pretty much. That's pretty much how it is. So he's been that. The Bills can either be the second seed or completely out the playoffs. That's how crazy the AFC's been this year. Pretty much. I hate that we are essentially going to make this game easier for Pittsburgh, but I get why we're resting dudes. I'm not trying to risk my Super Bowl chances on a Pittsburgh Steelers game. Can't even watch the game because of the rain. Oh, wow! How did he get that screen to Warren? Okay, that's a nice little screen pass by Mason Rudolph. He had to put it in the tight window there. Man, I hope the Steelers doesn't make the playoffs, doesn't win the game. Chiefs are the third seed. Yeah, the Chiefs are the third seed. Third down and 8 here. Here we go. Rudolph. Gonna toss it to Warren. Warren's got space. Warren, he's being down. Oh my God, he fumbled the football. He just fumbled the football. He just fumbled the football. And the Ravens got the ball back. So nobody can hold on to the football in the rain. Interesting. Millette causing the fumble against his former team. That's nice. Will you stream Texans and Colts? Honestly, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm probably going to have to. That's potentially a playoff game. The winner of that, not only is that a potential playoff game, the winner of that matchup could end up winning the AFC South. So I'm probably going to have to stream that game.
That was a nice right hand to the football. One turnover for each team.
So both sides have fumbled the ball. We've essentially accomplished nothing. It's crazy to think that Patrick Mahomes could play his first road playoff game ever in his NFL. That's not really crazy. I don't know. Did anyone assume he was going to get the... First of all, Mahomes, despite what everyone wants to say, Mahomes has not gotten the 1 seed every single year. They got the 1 seed in 2018. 2019, we got the 1 seed. 2020, I believe they had the 1 seed. 2021, the Titans got the 1 seed. 2022, they got the 1 seed again. 2023, so they haven't gotten the 1 seed every year. The problem is the 1 seed in the last few years that hasn't been Mahomes and the Chiefs have choked or failed to get it done. In 2019, we had the 1 seed, we choked. In 2021, the Titans had the 1 seed. That was a 3-interception game by Tannehill. They choked. So, I mean, it's not necessarily crazy to me personally because I didn't assume Mahomes was never going to play a road playoff game. Brady played road playoff games. At some point in your career, you're going to play on the road. That's just how I see it. There's no way you're going to sit back and say every single year Mahomes is not going to play a road playoff game. I'm not exactly... I never thought that was going to be the case. I thought they would at least play a couple road playoff games.
Discover all the places that make us feel something more.
How many times has Tom Brady got the 1 seed? That's a lot to count. That's a lot. I would have to go back and look at somebody do that. I'm not going back. I think 11 or 12. They've won their division pretty much every year Brady's been healthy. I don't think that first year when he won that first ring, they were maybe they were. I'm sitting somewhere between 11 and 15. I'm thinking between 11 and 15. I'm not sure. He won the 1 seed so many times. 2016, 2017, 2011, 2014, 2007, some of them. Yeah, for sure. Those are definitely years where he's gotten the 1 seed.
It's so good. That has become such a practice skill.
Past that, I'm not fully sure. There were some times where they were wildcard teams. I remember there was a couple times where they were the 2 seed, not the 1 seed.
They had on punch right there.
Yeah, these guys have perfected it too. Absolutely perfected.
Arthur Millette is so underrated. He is a legit defender. First job. Yeah, he's great. So now that both sides have turned the ball over, let's see if the Ravens can actually do something with the football here and put some points on the board, try to tie this game up. Huntley's going to throw here on first down. Huntley's got time. Huntley rolling to his left. He's going to fire. It is caught, but I think the ball might have dropped on the ground, incomplete. So they're going to get something. So 2003, 2007, 2010, 2011, 2014, 2016, 2017. So yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, that's a lot less than I thought. 7 seasons. I think because there was a bunch of years he had 2 seasons as well.
They had to get the lead. They had to be able to continue to run the football. And part of the reason why Lamar, and I said this season, and he's gone to a different level, is it's a way more spread out offense. Lamar has way more.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I got you. That makes sense. But there were a couple times they were the 2 seed, so I may be mistaken the 1 seed for the 2 seed. Huntley's going to take off here on second down, and he's going to pick up a couple yards. Third down coming up here for the Ravens.
Lamar, of course, with just one win in the playoff career, that's what he needs to do. He knows that. He's thinking Super Bowl, but just getting going in the playoff, making a run, playing your best in the postseason. 1-3 is his record.
And Chris Lewis, that's, I think, in part why they went to Todd Monken, the offensive coordinator that comes over from Georgia. The reason why, third down in the playoffs, and you got to throw, and you got one shot. That guy that on your screen is the reason why he's the coordinator right now.
Exactly, you're not wrong. 3rd and 3, nice catch there. Got it to likely first down. You're not wrong by that, commentator. Todd Monken is here for that specific reason. You were absolutely correct, commentator. Todd Monken is here for that exact reason. When there's moments where we need to dial up the pass game, we know we can trust in Todd Monken to be able to make the calls. He's done a good job of that so far, so yeah. First down and 10.
They have better weapons for him on the perimeter. When you add Odell Beckham and Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman stays healthy.
Play action here. Whoa! Huntley just got dropped. Huntley immediately got dropped right there. We are heading closer and closer to halftime. It's 9:26 left to go in the first half. I expect this game to go fast because this. Whoa!
At the first meeting, they blitzed 50% of the dropbacks. That's their highest blitz rate of the season against the Ravens. They've never been conference as afraid to come after Lamar Jackson.
2nd and 18 here. Gonna run a screen with Hill. Can you get some blockers? Hill gonna pick up a couple yards. Not much to really say here on 3rd down. What's going on, Andrew? Appreciate you stopping by. Rank the AFC Championship from 2010 to 2019 worst to best. Let me pull up the AFC Championship game from the 2010s. Yeah, I get it. Keep talking about Lamar and all this stuff. Huntley on 3rd and 14. Nothing's really there. He's trying to make some plays, but he's going to get dropped. Okay, there we go. Let me see. So 2010 had the Steelers go up against the Jets. And yeah, 2010 Steelers, Jets, 2011 Ravens, Patriots, and then 2012 was the same thing, Ravens, Patriots, 2013 Broncos and Patriots, 2014 Broncos. Broncos and Colts in 2013. No, sorry, Broncos and Patriots 2013, Patriots and Colts in 2014, Broncos and Patriots 2015, Patriots and Steelers 2016, Patriots and Jags 2017, Patriots and Chiefs 2018, Kansas City and Tennessee in 2019. I think Kansas City and Tennessee was the worst because of how bad that turned. So 2019 would probably be seen as the worst. 2018 between the Chiefs and the Patriots probably is going to be seen as the best. 2018 may be seen as the best. So I think 2019 is the worst. 2018 is the best. 2017 was let me see, what would be the second best after that? Why isn't Huntley throwing it? No one's open, dude. Who's he supposed to throw it to? So Raymond's gonna have to punt again. I would say 2018 is the best. 2019 would be the worst. 2018 would be the best between Patriots and Chiefs. Right after that, I would say Patriots and Ravens in 2011 would be number 2. And then number 3. Did they run into the kicker? If this is roughing the kicker, the Ravens might end up getting the ball back. So yeah, I think 2018 is 1. 2011 is 2. 2010 might be 3 because that Steelers and Jets one was actually pretty tough. And then 2013 between Broncos and Patriots might be 4. You know what? I'll say the worst 2 is 2014 and 2019. That was disgusting. The ref is the same ref that... Yeah, I know it's the ref that made the same mistakes last week with the Lions and he's the same ref who made the mistake with the Lions and who had that whole situation with the Lions and the Cowboys last week. So he's that ref. So I know about that. Holding Steelers, but they keep... Yeah, of course. When you get a hold there, they keep it. Yeah, Brad Allen shouldn't be reffing any games. Thankfully, they're probably not going to be reffing any playoff games. I'm really trying to think here. Because I think, okay, Kansas City, let me sit back and say 2014 AFC title game was complete garbage. Colts are still complaining about that one. So I would say 2014 would be the worst, and then the second worst would be 2019. And then from there, what would be the third worst? Let me see something here. Might want to like try to put something together here. Oh boy, this is a nasty, nasty, nasty game of football here for Week 18. No, it was gonna be the case, but oh man, it's nasty. I have all these extra screws for something? What's these screws for? Okay. I probably do need the screws because a lot of my doors are like this. Where am I gonna get a pen or something? Oh, okay. I can use this. Oh, there's a pen. Okay. Let me see what I would do here. 20, 15. I think the third would be, 2016 actually, well, I think I said 2018, 2011. I said 2010, 2013. 2017, 2012. That's gonna leave you 14. That's gonna leave you 15 and 2015 and then 2016. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I think I got my list. I got my list. Okay, so yeah, I would say from ranking from the best to the worst, probably could fluctuate. I don't mind changing some of it, but I will put 2018 at 1. I'll put 2018 at 1. Wow, they just missed the tackles there. You could have had them behind the line. So yeah, 2018 at 1, 2011 at 2, 2010 at 3, 2013 at 4, 2017 at 5, 2012 at 6, 2015 at 7, 2016 at 8, 2019 at 9, and 2014 at 10. All right, 2nd down and 9 here. Ravens getting some pressure. Harris slips a tackle, but he's still going to be brought down. 3rd down coming up here for the Steelers. Yeah, I know about Washington wanting to interview Mike Macdonald. I know about that. It's not even just that. It's been several reports all over Twitter about it. He's one of the candidates. Yeah, chaos. Yeah, I would say so. 3rd down and 3 here. Man, the wind is blowing this rain all over the place. 3rd and 3. He's going to snap this one. They're going to run it, and they're going to be short. 4th down coming up here. They're going to have to punt the football. Man, this feels like a preseason game. It feels like a preseason game to us because we have nothing to play for. If you go to Steelers fans, this does not feel like a preseason game because their season is on the line. It's a preseason game for us Ravens fans, but you go ask Steelers fans right now, this ain't a preseason game to them. Their season is literally on the line here. They have a 7-point lead that they are trying to hold on to. To us, because we have nothing to play for, it feels like a preseason game. But to Pittsburgh Steelers fans right now that are hoping their team can make the playoffs, this ain't no preseason game to them. They're not watching their team out here and saying, oh, this feels like a preseason game. They're like, bro, we need to keep playing like this because we need to keep this up and beat these guys to make the playoffs potentially. So it feels like a preseason game to us as Ravens fans, but to Steelers fans, it's not even remotely the same type of feeling. It's an ugly physical. Matter of fact, this type of game is the exact type of game Steelers have been playing all season. So this is normal to them. They've been playing like this the entire season. Ugly, physical, tough football. They've been doing that the entire season. They ain't been dominating nobody this season. They're just playing to survive. Commanders should hire Bieniemy, in my opinion. They already have Bieniemy. If they don't see him, they have him as their offensive coordinator. If they don't see him as a head coach, well, I don't know what he can do to get a head coaching job. I don't know. Who's resting their starters this week outside of Ravens? Cleveland's resting their starters. They have nothing to play for. They're locked in the 5th seed. I believe Kansas City's also resting their starters. They've got nothing to play for. They're locked in at the 3 seed. The San Francisco 49ers, they're resting their starters. Brock Purdy's not playing. They got nothing to play for. They're the 1 seed. There's a bunch of teams that are locked in their position and can't go higher or lower than where they are. So they're not playing their starters. I mean, as a head coach, well, I mean, you wouldn't hire him. You would just promote him. So we can't say they should hire Bieniemy. They could just promote him from offensive coordinator to head coach. So it wouldn't really be a hire. It'd be a promotion. So if they don't see him as a head coach, I don't know what you can do, man. If Pittsburgh loses, it's on them, pretty much. I hope Mike Macdonald doesn't leave us after this season. All depends on what Steve Bisciotti's willing to do. You pay him head coach money, and you give him a verbal agreement that he could be the next head coach for the Ravens when Harbaugh's gone, I think it's fine. You think we're going to get shut out? No. I think the Rams are also resting too. I think if the Rams are locked in as the 6th seed, they probably are going to rest their starters too. So, we'll see. Should they re-sign Odell? That's a question they would have to ask themselves. Do they have the money to re-sign Odell? And depending on how Odell plays in this postseason, if they are able to go on a run and win the Super Bowl, how he's looking, maybe they do re-sign him, maybe they don't. I don't know. Ravens-Steelers games are almost always this ugly, except for 2017 at Pittsburgh where they won 39-38. We've had a couple blowouts here and there in these games where we've blown them out and they've blown us out. So it's been weird. It has been weird, you know. It has been weird. Yeah, the Browns are resting their starters. Look at that rain pouring, bro. Look at that rain pouring. Okay, Ravens offense right back out there again, looking to do something offensively. They're trying to get the passing game going in the rain, but nothing's really coming up here. Obviously, they got to look to run the football a little bit more. If they can establish the run game here, they put themselves in a good position. But Pittsburgh's been doing a great job in slowing down the run game, which has put them in these second and third long situations. Clowney? What? I don't know if he's still out there. Oh, Clowney's future in Baltimore. I don't know. I can't answer these questions. This has to go to DaCosta. There's a lot of guys that are going to potentially be free agents. I don't know what DaCosta is going to do. We got guys that we need to sign. We got guys that we need to sign in terms of our young depth and Patrick Queen and Justin Madubuike. We got to figure that out. We got guys that are going to be... I can't answer that question. That's what you got to have to ask DaCosta. I don't know who's going to be on this team next year. I have no clue who's going to be on this team next year. 2nd and 9. Huntley fires. Caught. Oh, he dropped it. Yeah, they about to punt this football again. They can't move the ball. Oh my God, they cannot move the ball. Oh my goodness, they look like I don't even know what Tom Munkin is throwing out there in the play calling. They can't get a completion to save their lives. If they're not able to run the football, they're doing nothing out here. Oh my goodness. And y'all wanted Lamar to play in this game. I mean, if Lamar was playing, it's a different conversation. But like, I know, it's a different conversation. But still, they can't move the football right now. Can they get anything going? Down the field. Oh my God, they got a completion of more than 10 yards. First down, Treadwell with the catch. They actually got a play going. They got the protection, and that's a good throw by Huntley. He dialed it up there. I think I look at this and say it's a. Actually, this is what rain games do. Not to catch, so I don't think we have to worry about that. First down and 10 here. Huntley 4 of 9, 29 yards. Give it to the Gus Bus, and here goes Gus Edwards. Gus Edwards, big run. Gus Edwards inside the 30, down to the 25. Finally, the Ravens get a good run. If Lamar was playing, we'd already have a touchdown. Most likely. I mean, most likely. We ain't gonna. Lamar's playing. It's a different conversation. We know that. But we're not really worried about that. Nice run. Finally got the protection there, and Gus Edwards just takes off. First down and 10 for the Ravens inside the 25-yard line. And Gus, after one huge run, immediately gets tackled behind the line. DJ Watt makes that stop. 3 minutes left to go here in the first half of this crazy, messy, muffled football game. Second down and 12 here for the Ravens. 2:40 left to go here in the first half of this game. This game is speeding by fast because it's been that type of football game. Here we go. Huntley's going to take the snap. Huntley's looking. Fires. Caught. Likely. Stiff arms a man. Likely for the touchdown. Isaiah Likely getting himself a touchdown. This guy is something special, man. This guy is something special. Isaiah Likely with the touchdown, and the Ravens are going to tie the game. 27-yard touchdown, catch and run by Isaiah Likely. Like I'm saying, this dude is something special. Any updates on Mark Andrews? No. As far as we know, whatever they have for his timetable, he's on schedule. Harbaugh said his timetable's on schedule, so I guess he's out there doing whatever workouts or treatments he has to do. He's on schedule, so they feel that he could still come back at some point, but it's nothing to talk about right now. We don't have to play a game after this for another 2 weeks, and if we're able to move forward, it would be in the AFC title game, maybe the Super Bowl, where you could see him come back if the Ravens were to get that far. Likely looking better than Andrews. Okay. Likely has been the best great. Likely has been the best great. We don't. He's been the best target when we don't have Mark Andrews. He's been the best weapon when we don't have Mark Andrews. He's definitely been that guy for us. Likely more wide receiver than tight end. Yeah, pretty much. I wouldn't say playing better. They're both equal threats. I don't know why it's difficult for people to realize and understand that Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely play the tight end position in two different ways. You have two different variety of tight ends. And people keep trying to throw this, oh, whoa, we should get rid of Mark Andrews since we have Isaiah Likely. This is why I keep saying y'all have the mindsets of 5-year-olds. You see a shiny new toy, and all of a sudden the other guy that's an all-pro tight end is one of the 3 best tight ends in football. All of a sudden, he don't matter. All of a sudden, he don't matter. Is it hard to say Isaiah Likely's doing his thing? He's stepping up. Congratulations to the guy. He's a baller. Do you got to put one guy up by trying to put the other guy down? I don't know why it's difficult for some of you guys to realize that Mark Andrews, what he does as a tight end, and what Likely does as a tight end is two different things. You have two different variations of tight ends. You know it. Oh, he's a smart player for that. That is 1,000 IQ right there. 1,000 IQ by that player. Oh, that's smarts. Oh, that's smarts. That's a penalty. That's smarts. The ball landed right around the 5-yard line, close to the pylon, and the man said, you know what, let me step out. Let me lay down here, have my feet out of bounds, touch the football. Penalty. That's funny. But yeah, I don't know why it's difficult for you guys to understand that Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews play the tight end position in two different ways. You have two different variations of tight ends. It's different if Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely were playing the tight end position the same way. You got the same guy playing the same way. Then we have a problem. They have two different play styles as a tight end. So you have two different variations of tight end. Why would you want to ruin that by trying to get rid of him? And these are the same Ravens fans that'll sit back and cry saying Lamar Jackson doesn't have weapons. Now he has weapons, you want to get rid of them. I mean, are you thinking? Are you actually using your head with this? We spent years talking about, yeah, he looks better. He's playing better right now. He's doing a great job with his opportunity. Do you want us to pull up his numbers that Mark Andrews was doing before he went down? You understand what he was doing was matching what both Kittle and Travis Kelce was doing before he went down? Like, what are we doing here, man? What are we doing? They're both great players. We don't need to talk about this guy's better than that. No, they're both great players. I'm glad to have both guys because you have a tight end duo that can be lethal, that does two different things. Two different things. You have two different variations of tight ends, and you want to get... I don't even know what you're thinking. We spent years talking about how Lamar Jackson does not have enough weapons. Now he has weapons, and y'all want to get rid of him. Are y'all using your head? TJ Hawkinson right up there too. Like seriously. Seriously. It's one thing. I could get people trying to say, okay, maybe we got to move off of one of these guys because they play the exact same way. But they don't play the exact same way. The way they play tight ends is two different variations. Mark Andrews actually plays the position like a tight end. You know who Isaiah Likely reminds me of? They're both great players, but Likely looks better in our opinion. Looks better based on how he's performing now. Did not Mark Andrews look just as good as this, if not better? Did you not see what Mark Andrews was doing throughout the regular season? All right, bro. I'm not even going to, man. Like I said, if y'all, yeah, that's cool. Both of them played great. I see them as equal. I'm not going to take away what a top 3 tight end, who, by the way, his numbers were at the top of the board before he went down. Isaiah Likely's been doing things, but nothing Isaiah Likely has done has not been done by Mark Andrews. But sure. Oi. Likely's more like Dennis Pitta. Actually, oh, sorry. I think I was about to say that. Not Dennis Pitta. What I was trying to say is Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely play two different play styles. Mark Andrews plays the tight end position more like a traditional tight end. Isaiah Likely reminds me of Darren Waller, and he plays like that. He really is he's a wide receiver playing that tight end position. They have two different play styles, and it can work in a variety of ways. Having these two guys on the field together is obviously going to bring more opportunity for everybody. But there's a lot of mouths to feed. But you want to have those weapons because it brings the opportunities. 2nd and 5, Ravens defense makes a stop. 3rd down coming up here. They're both great in their own way. Yeah, they're both great in their own way. Why y'all stupid? Y'all can't get rid of Lamar's number 1 target. It's not even just about getting rid of a number 1 target. Getting rid of a vital weapon when we've been sitting here for years crying about the lack of weapons makes no sense. We spent years talking about the fact that Lamar Jackson doesn't have weapons, and now we should get rid of a weapon? That doesn't make any sense. You think Likely could be our wide receiver 2 for the future? No, he's going to continue to play in that tight end spot. If we win the Super Bowl without Andrews, we're good without him. That's cool, but that doesn't mean you get rid of him. Why would you get rid of a weapon? Nice throw right there on 3rd and 6. Why would you get rid of a weapon just because that's like me sitting back as a Heat fan and saying, hey, we got to the finals without Tyler Hero. We don't need Tyler Hero. You're not going to get rid of a top 3 tight end just because you win without him. One player does not make the entirety of a team, but you don't get rid of that player just because you're able to have success as a team. That doesn't make any sense. So then all of a sudden you get rid of him, and all of a sudden when Isaiah Likely is getting doubled and triple teamed the way Andrews is getting doubled and triple teamed, all of a sudden y'all want to sit back and cry and say, why did we get rid of Mark Andrews? Y'all the ones that want to get rid of him. What are you talking about? Y'all spent years crying about the lack of weapons. Now y'all sitting there talking about we should get rid of him. We don't need him. What? Why do y'all do this so much as fans? You cried and complained about the lack of weapons. We finally got weapons. I don't think we really need this weapon. We'll be fine without him. Then all of a sudden, if you're not able to succeed or also some struggle, that was close. Rudolph just barely got that off. Oh my goodness. Kyle Van Noy nearly made the play. It's a tough play right there. You think Andrews might come back in the division game, or is that too soon? I have no clue if he's coming back or not. I have no clue. Y'all might have a Chiefs situation. They didn't need Tyreek Hill. How'd that turn out? I'm not getting rid of a top 3 tight end. That's just what I'm saying. I'm not getting rid of... Not to mention, he's already signed under a contract. I'm not getting rid of a top... At least with Tyreek Hill. At least with Tyreek Hill, he was not signed. Tyreek Hill was not signed. 1st and 10 here. Clowney. That may have been a pass or a fumble. Let me see. That's going to be incomplete. Wait. I don't know if that's a fumble or not. Is that a fumble? No, stop doing these what-if scenarios as if... No. Stop doing these crazy what-if scenarios. I'm not trying to trade away one valuable piece to keep another valuable piece. They are all valuable pieces. I'm not answering these scenarios. No. I'm not going to be like, would you trade away Andrews and Stanley if you could keep it? No. I'm leaving the decision up to Eric DeCosta. I'm not about to trade away pieces to try... No. At the end of the day, I'm leaving it up to Eric DeCosta to figure out what he's going to do in terms of Matabike and Patrick Queen. I'm going to leave it up to that. They're going to count it as a sack, so Clowney's going to get his incentive. Clowney's going to get his incentive. But I'm going to leave it up to DaCosta to figure out what he's going to do in terms of trying to sign Matabike. And then with the Patrick Queen situation, again, I will leave it up to him. But I'm not about to play this what-if scenario. Can you trade this guy to keep this guy? First of all, that's not how it always works. Because what are you going to trade him for? You're going to trade Mark Andrews for what? You know you're not trading away that guy for that type of quality for pieces. You're going to have to trade him from some players. Players that's going to be on your contract. I'm not playing this what-if game. I'm not playing this what-if game. Oh, that's a fumble this time. That's a real fumble. And the Ravens get it, and we can end the half like that. That's another turnover for the Ravens. Last time Van Noy was not able to get the turnover. This time Van Noy was able to get the turnover. Got him this time. This is a Super Bowl defense. Oh, how funny how was it? It's a Super Bowl defense when what was it, half an hour ago, it wasn't a Super Bowl defense. Half an hour ago, this defense was pathetic. Not saying you specifically, Lamar Jackson MVP. If you've been in the chat, you understand exactly what I mean by that. Defense makes a stop and keeps it a tie game heading into halftime. That's exactly what you need to see. Ravens do get the ball at the end of, to start the third quarter, so they don't need to take any risk. It's 5 seconds. Take a knee, go into halftime. It's a 7-7 game at halftime. You'll live with what you got to live with here. All right, with that being said, dude, you made videos acting like you're the coach. I didn't act like I was the coach of this team. I don't think you understand what Coach Real is about. I'm just an emotional coach. I'm not the actual coach of the team. It's a gimmick, bro. Won't you act or play Ravens GM? I never play Ravens GM. I'm fine with doing the coaching aspect. I am never fine with playing GM. That is the toughest job to do. I'm not finna play GM. I am not finna play GM. Nah, if you want to play GM, feel free to. Come up with a scenario, a trade scenario that actually makes sense, that will get you the right pieces, that will help this team not lose out much. If you want to do that, feel free to. I don't get into the GM game because I don't deal with trades and signings or none of that. The coaching aspect, that's perfectly fine and easy with me. I can talk to the team and motivate the team. But in terms of what they do in the front office, I leave that to the experts because I don't know anything about contract negotiations. Well, technically I do, but I don't know enough about contract negotiations and enough about the trade aspects and that whole discussion talk to make a concise argument. And I'm not going to play the what-if game. What if I trade away my top 3 tight end in order to get some pieces? Maybe I get some draft picks, pick up some extra players, see if they fit within my cap. I'm not doing that. So like I said, I'm going to leave it up to DaCosta. I'm not trading away any major pieces. At the end of the day, they'll figure out the contract situation with Matabike, and if they have to restructure people's contracts, they'll restructure people's contracts. If they got to put a franchise tag on Patrick Queen, they'll do exactly that. But I'll leave it up to Eric DaCosta. If it means we're going to lose some guys, we're going to lose some guys. You can't keep everybody. That's just how it is. But we are at halftime, ladies and gentlemen. Ravens and Steelers tied 7 apiece. We will see what happens in the second half. And until then, I will see you guys at that point. Ravens do get the ball coming out of halftime. All right, second half of football here for the Ravens and the Steelers. 30 minutes for the Steelers to keep their season alive. 30 minutes for the Ravens to just, ice this off and get ready for the playoffs. Like I said, this game means much more to the Steelers than it means to us. So Steelers losing this game means they're going home. Their season's done. So you got to see the Steelers come out with more intensity. If you're a Steelers fan, you hope to see them come out with more intensity and more fight than this. So Ravens getting the ball back here. Let's see if, what Huntley and this offense can do. First possession of the second half here. But if you're a Steelers fan, you have got to be pissed as to how that second half ended. You absolutely have to be pissed. Because that second half, oh man, that second half. Not that second half. That fumble before halftime when you were within field goal range has to piss you off. You were in field goal range with a chance to take the lead, knowing that the Ravens get the ball coming out of halftime. You blew it there. You can't make those type of mistakes if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, knowing your season's on the line. You just got to take 3 there. You just got to take the points. You have to take the points. You just have to. If you're the Steelers, you have to take the points there. No point coming out throwing the football there. Take the points, kick the field goal, and put yourself in the position to have the lead heading into halftime. Either way, it is what it is. Well, starts off with a delayed game because Huntley's didn't get his helmet. They had an issue with the helmet. I guess the communication, his helmet that he had, either he didn't have his helmet with him or the helmet he had didn't have the mic working or something. I don't know. Either way, we took the 5 yards. You had no choice but to take the penalty because Huntley wasn't even out there. Offense was like, where's Huntley? Here we go, 1st and 10. Here comes Gus Edwards. Going to try to pick up a couple yards here. Maybe a yard or 2 picked up. Second down coming up for the Ravens. Defense is going to have to do a grand job, man. They're going to have to do a grand job in this second half. Season's on the line, man. Got to do a grand job here. Second and 13. Huntley takes a snap. Huntley's looking. Pressure's coming. Huntley's going to get sacked. TJ Watt again. That's what TJ Watt brings to the table, man. TJ Watt brings that to the table. That puts up a 3rd and long situation for the Ravens. Huntley didn't even have his helmet, man. He was standing on the sideline with his hoodie, with his beanie on. Why did it take so long for him to get his hoodie? To get his helmet. 3rd and 16, I mean, you're basically kind of conceding here. Unless the secondary collapses and a big play can happen. This is basically going to be a 3 and out for the Ravens offense here. Don't want to force the ball here. And they're going to send a little bit of pressure, but you don't want to force the ball. This is going to be a 3 and out situation here. Unless Huntley finds something deep down the field. They're giving him time to throw. They gave him time to throw off of the hands of the receiver. Who was that? Off the hands of Treadwell, who could have caught it and potentially turned and take it for a 1st down. Treadwell drops the pass. Incomplete, 3 and out for the Ravens offense, and they're going to have to punt the football. He had all the time, too. And he found the man. Treadwell just couldn't get the ball. And look, a muff punt. The rain is certainly interfering with this. A muff punt now, and the Steelers going to pick it up and get themselves into good range to start this off. Yeah, the rain is interfering with everybody. It's tough to catch footballs out here. You just saw it on the kick return, on the punt return here. The returner just muffed the punt. The rain is absolutely interfering with guys catching the football right now. Doesn't matter though. Just got to go make the plays. Is it me or have our gunners been trash all year? Haven't been great. I'll say that. Imagine TJ Watt with Baltimore. Yeah, I mean, you could imagine a lot of great players with Baltimore. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. You just have who you have. I ain't complaining. TJ Watt doing his thing as a Steeler, and you know, we just like what's his name, Myles Garrett doing his thing as a Brown. It's a great time to be a fan of the AFC North because it's the toughest division in football. It's the best division in football, and anything can happen at any time. And just shout out to everybody in the division for being competitive. I'm ready for this game to be over with, win, lose, or tie. I don't know anymore. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. You already know when you're playing a game that has no significant meaning, you sit back and you're like, not really caring about this game. But a game has to be played, and a game will be played. And obviously, those guys are going to try to do their best to go end the Pittsburgh Steelers season. So they're going to try to end the Steelers season, and the Steelers are going to continue to fight to try to get themselves in the playoffs. Who knows? Whew. Steelers selling with a backup Ravens team. I mean, again, the Steelers aren't this huge, immensely talented team. They're not. And they don't play. Their offense is not great either. These are things we knew. Their offense isn't great. And, I'm trying to say their offense isn't great. And they're not exactly this potent team that can score on top-level teams. The Pittsburgh Steelers starts and ends with their defense. Their defense gets them the ball back. Their defense forces turnovers. Their defense gives them opportunities. The Ravens special teams is trash today. That punt returner should not have made any return yards. Ravens special teams nowhere to be found on that play. I'm tackling them more. Najee Harris picks up a first down running the football. And so if you're the Steelers, you got to run this football. Got to get yourself into range to put up points, even if it's just 3. Special teams has been iffy throughout the season. Look at this. Punt, touchdown, punt, fumble. My God. Other than the second drive, they haven't put together anything impressive. Now you got this one. This drive seems promising. You start off with a first down run by Najee to put yourself up to midfield. Well, actually, no, to put yourself into Ravens territory. Now you just need a good first down or two to get yourself into field goal range. 1st and 10, you start by running the ball once again. Ravens defense does get there, and they make a stop. So he's going to pick up a yard, maybe 2. 2 weeks of football is a lot. Exactly, which is why the Ravens played a good chunk of their starters. They played a good chunk of their starters on defense. They played their starting offensive line except Zeitler. And, yeah, they played some of their starters. But at the end of the day, you know, some guys you put out there, some guys you don't. I wouldn't say the Ravens put all their backups there, but for the first half, they played a good chunk of their starters on the defensive side, and they played their starting offensive linemen. So some of the starters got to play. Clowney got to play, Patrick Queen got to play, Calvin Noy got to play. So they had a good chunk of their players out there. 2nd and 8, they're going to run this again. Good blocking, but eventually the Ravens defense was able to break through and stop the run again. 3rd down coming up here. Oh, Clowney's still in the game. So, yeah, Clowney's still in the game doing his thing. That's nice to see Kenny Pickett being a good teammate. 3rd down and 10 here. Rudolph's going to need some time here. Clock is ticking. They got to get this snapped quickly. That's a delay of game. He was just a half-second late. Delay of game. Now that's a 3rd and 15. That is true. They have not gotten the ball to Pickens. They have not gotten the ball to Pickens. I've seen them get it to Deontay Johnson, and then it's just been a bunch of Najee Harris runs, but they have yet to get it to George Pickens. You've got to at least look his way, Rudolph. Even in the 3rd and 15 situation, you don't have to try to take a shot down the field, but you've got to get the... Oh, he fumbled the ball! And that ends it right there. They're going to have to... They're going to have to punt the football. That's going to count as a sack. Actually, not going to count. Is it going to count as a sack? Probably will go down as a sack. Fumble right there. And, yeah, like I'm telling you guys, the rain is out here interfering with everything. It's interfering with the snaps. It's interfering with the catches. The rain has been legitimately interfering with everything out here. So now you just got to be careful. Even with the punts, you don't know. You just got to be careful. Tyler Wallace took off his gloves. He's got his hands, bare hands out there to make sure he can really catch that football. So now the Ravens get the ball back. Steelers and Ravens both don't do anything with it on their opening drive for the second half. Ravens going to get the ball. So Tyler Huntley and the offense are going to come back out here. Clowney doesn't have a 10-plus sack season. No, he doesn't. But he has an opportunity to get that this year. And he has a chance to get that tonight because I think now he's got 9.5 sacks if you look at it. He has 8.5 sacks on the season. He just got a sack here. So that's going to make it 9.5. Let me check to see if they gave him a full sack for that. Yeah, Clowney. Yeah, Clowney, they count it as a sack. Calvin Noy also got a sack. So we got 2 sacks right now here. And, yeah, that did count as a sack for Clowney. So he's at 9.5. If he gets a half sack in this game, that's going to put him at 10. That'll be his first 10-sack season of his career. Cal Van Noy, his career high was 6.5. He's got 9 this season. He could potentially end up with 10 as well. So it's been that type of season for everybody. You know, the defense, like I'm saying, the defense has been balling out all season, man. Just got to continue to keep that level of ferocity and intensity come playoff time. I'm not even trying to think about that team with this new stuff. Ah, man. Either way, the defense has been doing their job. Defense been doing their job, man. Like I said, defense is going to make adjustments. People just automatically assume because they gave one touchdown that they weren't going to be able to make adjustments. All of a sudden, defense just starts making adjustments, making plays out there. And oh, what do you know? So now the Ravens have the ball here on offense, and we're going to see what they can do with it. That first drive was pretty much killed as soon as we came out here with that delay of game. That was unfortunate. The delay of game situation kind of took away from some things. Now you do have some of the starters actually playing out here today. Like again, our starting offensive line's out there. I see Bateman. I see Aguilar. I see Gus Edwards. So they're putting out some of their starters out there. They're absolutely playing as many starters as they possibly can. It's just Lamar and some of the main guys. Lamar, Odell, and Zay. From the offense, Lamar, Odell, Zay, and Zeitler are the only ones that aren't really playing. From the defensive side, I think Roquan Smith, who's not playing. It's really Marlon Humphrey. Brandon Stevens has been out there, so he's played a little. Marlon Humphrey, Kyle Hamilton, and yeah, Roquan Smith not playing. So yeah, they've played a good chunk of their starters tonight. They've played a good chunk of their starters. We can definitely say they've played a good chunk of their starters. It's just like Lamar not being out there with everybody else. Which again, I don't really have a problem with here. 2nd and 8. Hand it off to Gus. Gus trying to get some space. Gus gonna get nowhere to go. Good defense here by the Steelers, trying to force a 3-and-out to get the ball back to Mason Rudolph. Like I said, it's a battle of defenses. Don't expect to see a lot of offensive scoring being placed here. Also, yeah, Isaiah Likely's played a lot of snaps as well today. So again, the Ravens are playing as many starters as possible. They're just not playing Lamar, which again, I don't have a problem with. 3rd down and 7 here. Offensive line, this is again good practice for the playoffs. Got to give Huntley time to throw here. Here we go. They're sending pressure. Huntley gets sacked. They set the pressure and just put him in the dirt. Ugh, this O-line is bad. Okay. Monken sucks. Sure. And Huntley too? I guess so. So they're gonna have to punt this ball. They sent a blitz. Sent everybody, and they got to them quickly. It's got to be nice punt by Stout. Nice punt by Stout. Got to make sure he stops right there. Got to get him down. All right, so you get the ball right there. Get the ball back to the Steelers, and we got to see what Mason Rudolph in the offense can do. Like I said, it's a back and forth affair. I don't exactly know how this game's going to end, bro. I don't know exactly how this game's going to end. It's just going to be a defensive battle for much of the night. And if you're the Steelers, you got to see something from your offense. Anything. You're going up against the Ravens defense, and I understand that's definitely some toughness that you got to deal with the Ravens defense, even if they are playing a majority of backups out there. But still, you got to figure something out from the offensive perspective. You know, with your season being on the line, you've got to be more aggressive offensively. So, you know, for them, they got to look to try to take some shots or something. They got to get something going. That's definitely for the most part. They have got to get something going. But yeah, TJ Watt has been doing his thing. TJ Watt might end up becoming Defensive Player of the Year, man. How many sacks does he have this year? 18, 19? I think he might. Let me see. TJ Watt in this game, just in this game alone, TJ Watt has 2 sacks in this game. He came into this with, what, 17 on the season? TJ Watt may end up getting 20 sacks in the season, man. This guy is... What's going on, Luis? Appreciate you stopping by. What's the difference between a sack and a tackle? Because I feel that TJ Watt's probably gonna get 20. I'm pretty sure he had 17 coming into the game. He has 2 on the game right now. He is going to get 20 sacks because he's probably gonna get to Huntley again tonight. Steelers better not turn the ball over. I mean, they could look to turn the ball over the way the defense is playing. Yeah, he currently has 19 on the season. Yeah, he's gonna get 20. He's probably gonna get to Huntley one more time and get 20.
offense sparked. So looking to see if they can involve number 14. I love the conversation between you guys.
63% with the win for the Steelers, 14% chance to make the playoffs with a loss. Which means if they lose, they might as well pack up because they're probably not going to the playoffs. If they win, they just got to hope for a miracle.
I'm saying this, though. Mike McDonald, there's a reason why we're talking about him being a head coaching candidate. He's not going to just make it easy for you to line up.
1st and 10 here for the Steelers. They're going to line up, run this ball. No flag is crazy. I'm pretty sure that should have been a face mask. They missed a clear face mask. So that's going to be a 1st down, but that was a clear face mask. How did they miss a face mask? Yeah, how did they... You know what? This crew's terrible, so it is what it is. First down and 10 here for the Steelers. Again, their main thing is just line up and run the football. Ravens going to get it there, and he's going to be taken out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down coming up here for the Steelers. Phillips. With the rain picking up, they got to make sure they try to keep the football as dry as possible. at some point, you gotta look to target George Pickens. You can't just have your best weapon and not give him a chance. Rudolph's got to give his guy a shot. And there's another sack for the Ravens. Trent Simpson comes in. They blitz the Steelers, and he puts Mason Rudolph down. Yet another sack. That's 3 sacks on the night for the Ravens. Nice to see Simpson coming out here and making a play. Look at this. Rudolph doesn't even look towards his right. That's a problem. Don't focus on one side of the field. He didn't even look towards his right. By the time he looked towards his right, all of a sudden he saw this dude running towards him, tried to hesitate, and it was over at that point. Both teams have gotten to the quarterbacks 3 times. 3 sacks for the Ravens, 3 sacks for the Steelers. 3rd down and 20. You just look to get rid of the ball quickly here. They're going to run a screen, and there's nothing to do with that. 4th down here. They're going to have to punt the football again. Bring in Pickens. He'll get it to Pickens. I wouldn't be surprised if they end up trying to bench Mason Rudolph, but I don't know if that's what they want to do right now. But they're getting nothing. Other than the one drive they got off this defense, they're getting nothing. So like I said, it's going to be that type of defensive game. Both defense just going to be getting at it. And you got to see when an offense can come up with something. Oh. So fair catch here for the Ravens. Is Malik Cunningham going to play at some point in this game? They should give him some live reps. I think he is active on the list, so he is dressed. I don't know if Harbaugh's going to look to get him the football to try and make some plays in this game. I don't know if he's going to stick with Huntley the entire time or if he's going to let Malik try to get some look on the field. I don't know. I honestly do not know.
He was bad luck anyway.
Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals.
But they're probably, we'll see. If Harbaugh feels the need to make that switch, he'll probably make that switch. Why is every Ravens-Steelers game the most boring game ever? Because it's a tough physical football game, and guys don't want to see that. You want to see highlight plays, touchdowns, and stuff. That's not what the Ravens-Steelers rivalry is about. It's not about scoring touchdowns and high-scoring games. It's about a lot of tough physical football, and that's not a lot of people's cup of tea, so it's seen as boring. If you're looking for highlight plays, go look at a different rivalry. Ravens-Steelers, they're not a rivalry that's going to be some high-scoring game. It's going to be tough, running the football, making plays here and there, and tough defense on both sides. Defense isn't exciting for people. They want to see the highlight plays. What about 2017 when Ben threw 500 yards versus us? You want to talk about the 2017 defense that was one of the worst defenses when it came to giving up yards? That 2017 defense couldn't make a stop to save their life when it came to giving up yards. But they could get takeaways. They led the league in takeaways. The 2017 Ravens defense led the league in takeaways. But they were horrible in pass coverage. And they kept giving up yards. So, yeah. That's how you get 500 yards. And again, it's not like every year the Ravens and Steelers defense has been perfect and elite. It's just this year both defenses have been elite. Not every year the Ravens and Steelers have played, the defenses have been elite. So you're going to get years where you get huge games. Like 2017 where you get a 39-38 type game in Pittsburgh. That's not normal in the Ravens-Steelers type of rivalry. 39-38 is not a usual scoreboard. We're used to 13-10. We're used to 20-17s. We're used to like 15-12 type games, 10-7. We're used to some nasty, gritty, old school football. We're not used to seeing 39-38. That's usually when both defenses haven't been great. Casual is just like shootouts, no defense. That's why. I guess, again, people, it's more exciting when you get to go out there and watch teams score touchdowns. No one's trying to see the defense do it. The only time the defense brings excitement is when they're getting turnovers. So if you're getting interceptions, if you're getting pick sixes, now the defense is exciting. But if it's just you making tackles and making good stops, no. First down here, was looking for Treadwell, off target there by Huntley. 2nd down coming up here.
Throws out to the perimeter for a guy like this who hasn't played this year. Like, I don't understand that. Attack the middle. Pittsburgh is rotating inside linebackers in here because of the fact that they don't have a guy who they can count on play after play after play.
2nd down and 10 here for the Ravens. 5:29 left to go in the 3rd quarter here. Steelers have ran 44 plays. Ravens have ran 29.
Team
Numbers do favor Pittsburgh in terms of passing yards, rushing yards, total yards in general, but the Steelers have turned the ball over more than we have. 2nd and 10, Huntley over the middle. It is caught by Kolar. Kolar picks up the first down. Honestly, the Ravens have to be looking to target the middle of the field more. That's a weakness right now with the Steelers defense. They've been pretty soft over the middle of the field due to some of these injuries. You've got to look to target the middle of the field. Trying to aim outside here, especially with a group of individuals that have not had much playing time. Like you're trying to throw some sort of outside, what was it, an out route or just some sort of outside route here with Treadwell. He hasn't been out there to get those type of reps, to even try to run those type of plays. Running the football here, they're going to get to Gus Edwards. I like defensive games, but no team has scored more than 20 points in this rivalry since 2021. Well, the Ravens' defense, as you know, over the years has gotten better defensively. The Steelers' offense has gotten worse offensively, and the Steelers' defense has gotten better offensively. Meanwhile, a lot of these games we've played has been against the Steelers has been without Lamar Jackson. Either he's like injured or he's just resting. Mostly been injured the last couple years. Huntley looking, firing. He's gonna get it to Nelson Aguilar, and Aguilar is gonna pick up a first down. And TJ Watt is down. The best player on that defense is hurt right now. And you hope it's not serious. You hope it's not serious, but he's in a lot of pain right now. Is he holding his knee? What happened? What happened? Let me see. His ankle. Oh. Incidental contact by his own teammate. Oh, this is the word. Nah. The leader of your defense down. We know how that feels like, man. You got the best defensive player in football down right now in TJ Watt. You just got to hope. I don't know if it was the knee or the ankle. It looked like the ankle.
But the people out there lifting up our next generation, they deserve their shine too. Like Marquise, who saw that students need mentors.
But yeah, they're going to take a timeout right now.
Who helps young people learn to
Oh, boy.
land jobs that could change their lives. To those who deserve more of the spotlight, we see you.
TJ Watt moments ago was able to walk with some assistance in the medical tent. Check out that left knee again. It's one of those things that happen in a football field. Teammate backs up and that left knee
Oh, man.
the wrong way.
I hope TJ Watt's okay. He was able to, I think they say he was able to walk off the field, but you hope he's okay. He'll be fine, but it could be costly. I don't know if he's going to return for this game, though, so that's the thing. We'll see. Hopefully he is okay. But friendly fire is the worst one, you know. But I'll take friendly fire over non-contact. A non-contact injury absolutely means season's over. That's an ACL or an Achilles when it's non-contact. But just happy that he was able to get back up. 2nd and 9. Here comes Huntley. Huntley pump fakes. Nothing's there. Huntley rolling. He's got to throw it away. Incomplete.
Third and long now coming up.
I think again, you're trying to, it's going to keep repeating it. You're trying to see Isaiah Likely and Justice Hill coming into the football game for the Ravens. You're trying to make sure you continue to work the middle of the field. And now without TJ Watt on the field, you're hopeful that you'll have some more time to throw and survey.
3rd down and 9 here for the Ravens. 3 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. Ravens right around midfield, I believe. Yeah, they're at midfield, at the 49-yard line. 39. Huntley's got time. He's going to check it down here to Justice Hill, and incomplete. They were unable to connect. 4th down coming up here for the Ravens. They're going to have to punt this football.
The throw that really requires great arm strength, timing, anticipation, being on the same page with the receiver. Just looked like it never had a chance.
Going to have to punt this football once again. Some of y'all need to. Oh, Luis. Oh, you came in relatively late. So let me tell you what's going on with some of the people in the comment section. A lot of these people understand that the Ravens have nothing to play for, and a lot of people are bored of this game, so they're just coming out and saying anything at this point. That's what the chat's been for like the last half hour. People just saying anything at this point. So everybody's apparently trash. That's what's been happening to Luis. So that's pretty much it. Everybody's been trash. So that's just how it is. That's what we've been doing in the chat the last half hour. People are just coming up with anything to say. They do need to get Pickett's the ball. Like, at least take a shot towards him. Target him. Even if it's not a completion, at least look to target him. I don't think Mason Rudolph's looked Pickens' way the entire game. 1st down, running the football once again. Not a lot of space, but Najee's going to come up with something. Picks up about 5 yards. 2nd down coming up for the Steelers. We may have the division locked up, but it would be nice if the Ravens could knock Pittsburgh from the playoffs. True, true. It's not Huntley. They're not getting open. At the end of the day, give credit to the Steelers' defense. They're making some stops. Gotta give credit to the Steelers' defense. They are making some stops. And there's been some guys that have been getting open. I mean, you've seen Nelson Aguilar get open. We've seen Isaiah Likely get open. But you gotta understand, some of these guys that are out there are backups. So I'm not expecting Treadwell to consistently get open. 1st down run here for Najee Harris. And TJ Watt just looks like he's heading to the locker room. The good news is TJ Watt is able to walk. So it seems like he is fine. He's walking on his own strength. That makes me believe it was an ankle injury, but he's able to walk off his own accord. However, he is heading back into the locker room. I do not know if he's going to return. Oh, he didn't get the 1st down. I thought he got the 1st down. So 3rd down and 1. And the Ravens almost got the stop there, but he was able to pick up the 1st down. The man was ducking and weaving, picked up the 1st down, and kept it alive. They gave it to Pickens, and Pickens was able to pick up the 1st down. That was close, man.
No, he doesn't. He's just freakish. He's just so different. So different. Can we touch on quickly the conversation about him?
And we have a player down, and it is who?
First of all, Delshon Phillips, the guy who made the big play to punch the ball loose. They check him out.
And Phillips is down. Hopefully he is okay. That's the tough part of these games, man. Injuries. Nobody ever wants to see an injury, man, but it's part of the game and it happens, and it's unfortunate. Nobody cares about the Pro Bowl, bro. Nobody cares about the Pro Bowl. At least in terms of the game. Everyone knows the skills competition and everything that happens, that's cool. But the actual Pro Bowl game, does anybody care about the Pro Bowl game? When it comes to the Pro Bowl, I care about the skills competition because that's where the players get to have fun and do all sorts of creative things. The skills competition part, the dodgeball game, I'm cool with that. But the actual Pro Bowl game, it sucks. The actual Pro Bowl game, it sucks. It's flag football. It's flag football. So it don't mean nothing. The skills competition, everything surrounding the Pro Bowl, cool. But the actual Pro Bowl game sucks. Well, the stands is always packed, so I guess people want to go. Yeah, people want to go to see some of the best players in the game. You go for the weekend. You go to be able to interact with some of these NFL stars. You go to see the skills competition. Nobody actually cares about the actual Pro Bowl game since they decided to switch it up over the last couple years. The Pro Bowl used to mean something. Nowadays, nah, it's not worth it. Ravens defensive line is getting bullied. The Steelers offensive line looking like Hall of Famers out there. The Ravens defense has got. Oh, wait, never mind. I got you, Jack. You're absolutely right. I got you. I was about to say something. You got it, Jack. Yeah, you got it, bro. That's why Lamar was held from playing meaningless game. Protect Lamar. Pretty much, there's no point in having him out here to play. Luis, like I said, it's been like this the last half hour. At this point, it's probably been like this the last hour. I don't even think last half hour. The last hour, it's been like this. So, it is what it is, man. Watt might yeah, it doesn't look like he's coming back. I don't know if he's coming back though. Geno Stone got hurt? When the hell did Geno Stone get hurt? If he's in the medical tent, it might be... I don't know when. They said 2 guys went there. I know about Phillips, but Geno Stone got hurt? Phillips is on the sideline right now, so they're going to check him out. But apparently Geno Stone is in the medical tent. When did Geno Stone get hurt?
And if I think about Pittsburgh offensively, though there's some injuries or replacement players in the back end, you're going to protect coverage-wise. A play-action pass to try to get a...
2nd down and 8. Steelers got to get something going here. It's going to be the last play of the 3rd quarter here for the Steelers. 2nd and 8. Hand that ball off and let Najee run, and he's going to pick up about 2 yards. 3rd down coming up here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll be shocked if this game doesn't end 10-7. It's most likely going to end 10-7. Watt's knee is done. It was hyperextended. Hopefully there isn't anything major. Like, I hope there's no structural damage. I hope it isn't a major injury. He might be done for the game, but I hope it's not that. This game's most important. Eliminate Steelers from playoffs. How is this game the most important? I mean, what are the... First of all, Steelers win this game. They're not guaranteed to make the playoffs. It's not a win or in type of situation. Number 2, how is this the most important game because it eliminates the Steelers? Whether the Steelers make the playoffs or not, that has nothing to do with us. We want to knock the Steelers out. That'd be awesome to knock the Steelers out the playoffs. But again, it really doesn't have anything to do with us.
Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals.
UFC 297 is exclusively on ESPN Plus. Don't miss this special offer. Go to ESPNplus.com/PPV and get $10 off.
Let me see. I want to check that. It might take a while. I don't think we'll be able to see it immediately, but it'd be good to be able to see if anybody has a... Honestly, he just went back there, so it's probably gonna take a while. It's probably gonna take a while before we get some sort of report about what the injury is. Because some of y'all saying ankle, some of y'all saying it's knee. Let's hope Ravens stay healthy. Most important. Absolutely. Got 1 more quarter of football left to play. Let's hope they finish on the right track. If Steelers somehow make the playoffs, Watt's not going to be ready for the playoffs. I don't know how significant this knee injury is. Or if it is a knee injury and not an ankle. I don't know what the injury is. Some of y'all saying knee, some of y'all saying ankle. I don't know how severe it is. So at the end of the day, I'm going to sit back and just wait and see how some of this goes.
Win, lose, or tie, the Steelers will score or watch tomorrow. If they win, they'll be in. If the Bills lose in Miami or the Jaguars are upset in Tennessee.
Yeah, TJ Watt's been ruled out for the rest of the game, as to be expected. Yeah, I'm trying to look for it on Twitter if it's if it's just a leg injury. If they've just diagnosed it as a leg injury, that doesn't give us the specifics. And again, I don't think they're going to have the specifics at this point.
Vegas, and there's no tie tonight. They could still get in with a loss. Are you following?
That's football guys want Steelers. Can I screenshot that so I can study?
You laughed. We talked about the tie.
3rd down and 4 here. Pressure's coming. Oh, they got it to Pickens. Not Pickens. They got it to Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson's going to take it the distance. Deontay Johnson's gone. Touchdown, Steelers. 71-yard touchdown. Deontay Johnson. Huge play for the Steelers. You see Steelers trying to keep their season alive. Steelers acting like they won the Super Bowl. Bro, they're fighting for their playoff lives. How do you want them to act? What type of statement is that? Go back to calling the Ravens trash or something. What do you mean the Steelers acting? Bro, they're trying to keep their season alive. If we were in the exact same shoes as them, we'd be doing the same thing. What do you expect? These are football players. You want them to just not react? They are trying to keep their season alive, dude. What do you want from them? Dude, they just got a 71-yard touchdown in the 4th quarter of a huge game where their season's on the line. What do you expect from them? But that was a great throw by Mason Rudolph. And Deontay Johnson just makes a great move there. Makes a great move. Gets there in space and just outruns. Who was that? Rocky Sin. These players need to not celebrate. Yeah, they should be robots because, you know, that's how you actually play a game. You don't show any sort of emotion or excitement in a football game. Okay, guys.
You don't need to even look at it. Just keep getting depth. Just keep getting depth. And Rocky Sin has played a lot of football too. So
Pistons is probably going to be one of the worst sports teams of all time. Don't know if they're going to be the worst sports team of all time. Maybe one of the, but I don't know if it's going to be the worst. But that is a huge play by the Steelers. Huge play by Deontay Johnson. That gets you the lead in a game you must win. So now we got to see what the Ravens can do. Now we got to see what the Ravens can do. Down by 7. Let's see what Tyler Huntley could do. Like I said, Tyler Huntley is not going to be on this team next year. This is an audition tape for him, even though we know what he can do. But this is not an audition tape for Tyler Huntley. It's an audition tape for Huntley. Hey, man, you're going to be a starter somewhere next season. Somebody's going to try to collect you to put them on their roster because they need a quarterback. So we need you to go out there and put some film on tape to show why you should be a starting quarterback next year. Because, again, he's most likely not going to be on the roster. What's wrong with Geno? I don't know. Apparently he got hurt, and they saw him in the medical tent. But they made a report that he was in the medical tent. Seems like he's fine. So maybe they were just checking him for a concussion. Maybe he got hit or something. They were checking him for a concussion. But he's sitting on the sideline right now, so it seems like he's fine. But I'm not exactly sure what happened to make him go into the medical tent. I guess never mind about Rudolph being benched. They were past that. They were never even looking to bench him. So it's a knee injury for T.J. Watt. Okay.
There absolutely is, and the Steelers are going to be without T.J. Watt for the remainder of this game. He is out due to a knee injury.
Okay. Yep, knee injury for T.J. Watt. He's done for the rest of the game. So, Huntley, you're going to be on a team next year. You are going to be on a different roster next year, maybe as the starting quarterback. You got to go out there and showcase to them why you should be a starting quarterback next year. This is your opportunity. Oh, my God, Melvin Gordon's back out there. Huntley, got to answer, bro. Show us why you should be a starter next year. Melvin Gordon is out there, ladies and gentlemen. Lord have mercy. Huntley's staying. We can't afford Huntley. Huntley's not a starting quarterback. Well, somebody's going to pay him because they need a quarterback. And even if he's not going to be a starting quarterback, he's going to be a backup somewhere else. We cannot afford him. He's a free agent. We got too many other people to pay. He's not going to be on this roster most likely next season. We got too many other people to pay. He's probably not going to be here. So this is his chance to show why he should be a starter somewhere next year. Not going to lie. You head on to that. You probably should have kept that, Huntley. You probably should have kept that one and just taken off. 3rd down and 6 here for the Ravens. They're going to send some pressure. Got to watch the blitz. Got to get some protection. Huntley's going to take the snap. Look, they're sending the pressure. Quick throw. It is caught by Aguilar, and he's going to pick up a 1st down.
Aguilar is very close. There it is, right? So there they ran a little bit of zone coverage. He just finds the little spot right here in this curl area. Right at the
He will be a free agent. He can't be paid with Baltimore. Somebody else can get him. Like I'm saying, he's going to be a free agent, and we can't afford him. We got guys we have to pay. So Huntley's not going to be here. And there are plenty of franchises right now that need a solid quarterback or a salvageable quarterback. Huntley has enough film on tape to show he can be a serviceable quarterback anywhere in the league. Not saying he'd be great or anything, but teams need quarterbacks, and if they can get Huntley, they'll take it. Melvin Gordon is out here running the ball.
Melvin Gordon, I should say. First down. Gordon hasn't seen much action since that fumble early in the game.
Yeah, ball security being at such a premium here. You just kind of hold your breath and hope Melvin is able to run the football with great fundamentals. And see, we had a quick flash there of Larry Ogunjobi, number 99, who made the tackle.
And y'all were questioning why they went and got Dalvin Cook. It's not a surprise as to why they went and got Dalvin Cook. It's not a surprise at all. 2nd down and 8 here. Huntley taking the snap. He's going to toss it to Hill, and Hill's going to pick up a couple yards. 3rd down coming up here. I'd rather have Latavius Murray. I don't even think he's available.
Job by Levi Wallace, vision on the quarterback. If I'm Pittsburgh here, I'm playing man coverage. I'm playing man coverage.
When are they going to put who out on the field? Who? When are they going to put who out on the field?
Alex Highsmith as a pass rusher.
We got 3rd down and 6 here.
You're going to see them walk people up into the line of scrimmage, play man coverage, and see if you can create those one-on-ones. Look at all these bodies at the line. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Herbig is in the game. You see him right here.
Looks like they're going to send some pressure. Here comes some pressure again. And once again, Nelson Aguilar making some tough catches, and he gets another 1st down. Oh, Dalvin Cook in the playoffs. They can't play him today. They wouldn't be able to play him today. If they're going to play Dalvin Cook, it's going to be in the postseason. So if they want to put him out there at some point during the divisional round, they could look to do so. But he's going to be the number 3 back. They're going to look to use Gus and Justice Hill. And if they feel comfortable based on what they see from him when they do practice within the next 2 weeks, they'll probably look to get Dalvin Cook involved. More so as a pass catcher than a runner, because we know what he can do as a pass catching back. So you'll look at that aspect. 1st down and 10. Huntley. Ball gets smacked down immediately. Tyler Huntley to the Patriots. I don't think the Patriots have a high pick. If they want a quarterback, they can just draft one.
Certainly felt like Highsmith is running the hump. Watch left tackle McCary.
Keeps his hand up.
I don't think he's got. That's close. That is close. You see the back. You see the.
That's very close to being a hold.
Felt like he had.
I wouldn't have been mad if they called that a hold.
I mean, it's such a subjective call.
2nd down and 10. That looked, hey man, he was just, there was some grab there. Quick throw to Nelson Aguilar, and look at Aguilar ducking tackles. Careful, Aguilar. We need you, bro. We need you, bro. You think the Patriots should run it back with Mack? Why the hell would they do that? They don't even look interested in doing so. But would I be surprised if they do? No. But they don't, based on the language. They literally benched him for Bailey Zappi. They don't seem to have any sort of interest in having Mac Jones be the starter next year. Maybe they keep him on the bench as a backup. Who knows? But they don't have any interest in him being the starting quarterback next year.
I don't want to see zone coverage from Pittsburgh.
3rd down and 8. Here comes some pressure. Huntley over the middle. Incomplete. And they're going to have to punt this football. 4th down here. Steelers defense making a stop. 10-18 left to go. And the Ravens going to have to punt the football here.
Great job. They play man coverage. They create some one-on-ones, pass rush, and then they force a throw. Watch this. Loop around. Watch that pass rush game.
Armon Watts pressuring the quarterback right there.
That's fantastic. Play man coverage. Force tight throws and bad
Here comes the punt.
High punt.
That's a good punt.
Inside the 10. Austin. Can he get around the corner? He does. Makes the cut.
Austin gets a great return here. And the Steelers are playing with house money right now with their season on the line. They are playing with house money. So you got to go see if the Ravens defense can do something. Mac Jones can back up Lamar. Why the hell? What? All right. I'm not even gonna. I guess anyone can back up Lamar at this point. Let's go see if we can steal. I don't think the Rams need Carson Wentz. Let him go back up. Is Matt Ryan available? Let's get him to back. Anybody can be a backup to Lamar. It's not like they didn't bring Malik Cunningham for this specific reason. Throw anybody in. RG3, you want to come back and be a backup? He can be a backup. Anybody can be a backup to Lamar, I guess, at this point.
For a normal guy like me, I've given myself a small raise. Join me at Chime.com.
Phillip Rivers, you want to be on the football field? Why don't you be a backup to Lamar Jackson, I guess, at this point? Yeah, sure. Nathan Peterman can be a backup. Anybody can be a backup. You can be a backup. I can be a backup. Your high school football coach, if you play football, can be a backup. Your cousin that's never touched a football in his life, he can be the backup for the Ravens. Everybody can be the backup.
What can I do for you, man?
You know what? Really craving nacho fries. You guys got any of those?
Ads are working.
Right now, Steelers playing with house money. They've got themselves an opportunity, fighting for their playoff lives. They got a chance here. Ravens defense going to have to respond, though. You know, you gave up a touchdown the last drive. Got to see what you can do this time around. But you just have to see what's going to happen, man. At the end of the day, you going to need something, man. You going to need something. For sure, you going to need something. That's just what it comes down to. You are going to need something. So we will have to wait and see if we can at least make the plays and get something going. You get that huge touchdown, and it's just like, all right, you get the huge touchdown. Your defense makes a stop. And now you get the ball back. You're playing with house money. Given will be acting like Huntley is good. He won't admit that Huntley is awful. For some reason, he has a thing for Huntley. Yeah, that's the assumption you want to make by all means. When did I say? I clearly said he's not going to be on this team next year. But you keep making the assumptions that you want to make. You're free to make your assumptions, bro. Sure, I guess I got a thing for Huntley. I guess. If that's the assumption you want to make, that's the assumption you want to make. I literally said Malik Cunningham, the guy we took from the Patriots, is going to be the backup next year. I literally said the Ravens are not going to re-sign this guy. He's probably going to be either a starter for a team that doesn't have a quarterback or a backup for a team. But y'all like to hear what y'all like to hear. So yeah, sure. I'm Team Huntley, absolutely. I'm Team Huntley. Even though I've clearly said he ain't going to be on this team next year, and I've clearly expressed he's probably going to be a backup next year, I'm Team Huntley, for sure. First down and 10 here for the Steelers. Looking to try and extend their lead here. Oh, almost fumbled that there. Warren picked up a couple yards. Second down coming up here for the Steelers. Think the Celtics are winning the championship? Hell no. No. Oh, look, he legit almost fumbled that ball. Second down and 6. Gonna hand it off here again. And Warren's just bouncing off defenders, but they get to him eventually. Third down coming up here. Can we get a video of my video set? I have to find that video. Did he fumble the ball? Did he fumble the ball? I don't think he fumbled the ball. They're saying no. I don't think he fumbled the ball. But we'll figure out soon. I don't know. I'd have to see if that video's still here. Cause I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that when I first that's a fumble. But I guess the Steelers got it back. That is absolutely a fumble. But yeah, John, I have that video on my channel when I first showed up my setup. When I first, got the room. I don't remember what video that was. I may have to look for it. It's on the channel somewhere. It was a couple years back. So third down and 5 here. Ravens defense looking to make a stop. 8:25 left to go in this game. Ravens defense trying to make a stop here. Mason Rudolph, pressure's coming. He's going to check the ball down, and Najee is going to be dropped right there. Fourth down, and the Steelers are going to have to punt the football. Nice tackle by Simpson, and the Ravens are going to get the ball back with about 8 minutes left to go in this game. That's a great tackle. That is a great tackle. Ravens gonna punt. And it's out. Well, we'll start at the 20. AFC North could be the first division since 1935 to have every team above 500, pending Bengals and Steelers win. Well, I mean, if the Steelers lose this game, they'll still be over 500. They'll just be 9-8 instead of 10-7. But the Bengals, that's a different conversation. Bengals are going to play the backups of the Browns tomorrow, and if they win, they'll be over 500.
I'm a parking gate and I'm all out of whack. It's gonna take a lot more than a little ticket to get out of here. If you have cut rate car insurance, this could leave you all bent out of shape. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
All right. It's been a tough game so far. It's been a tough physical game. Ravens offense once again has to figure out something. Got to find a way to get themselves back in the end zone here. Got to see if Huntley can come up with something here on this drive, and you just go from there. But we will have to see. We absolutely will have to see for the most part. So far, it's actually been going well. I will definitely say it's been going well so far. For the Ravens defense has been making plays so far today. So I'm happy to see the Ravens defense, even with the backups. The backups are out here making plays and just making some good stops. We just hope to continue to see that. But the offense got to get something going, you know. Got to see. Huntley may have to start taking off and utilizing his legs, seeing if he can get something going as well, because we've got to get something from him. We have to get something from him. Right now, we're just not seeing the ball's not really. The ball's kind of getting just stuck in place because they're not really moving the football down the field much. So we absolutely got to look to get something going. You know, that touchdown that they gave up right now is huge. For the game itself, so we gotta see the Ravens offense put it together something.
Total yards so far, but it's a defense that doesn't have TJ Watt, who's done for the day with the left knee. Fitzpatrick didn't go today. Still been second best in the NFL in terms of points allowed in the final quarter.
But we'll see what happens here. 1st and 10. The Ravens are getting outgained by over 100 yards against the Steelers. So the offense has got to create something. So 1st down here for the Ravens. They're going to run this ball here on 1st down. And it's a nice run by Gus Edwards. 2nd down coming up here for the Ravens. 2nd and 3 here. Gus going to get the ball again. Gus picks up a 1st down. Gus fumbled the ball, and that's it. Gus fumbled the ball. So, yeah, that's probably going to put this game on ice. Oh, that's probably going to put this game on ice. Gus Edwards fumbled the ball. That's probably going to put this game on ice. That's definitely Steelers football. We ain't got to worry. You don't even got to... It's Ravens football? What do you mean? Hold on. Wait, no, I think they're saying it's Steelers football. That's just a punch out. That's a great read. That's a great read. He just punched the ball out. That's a great read. Like I said, sometimes once you get surrounded by multiple defenders, you just got to protect that football at that point. So now that's 2 fumbles right there on the day for the Ravens offense. And that might put this game on ice. 1st and 10 for the Steelers. They're already in field goal range. That could put this game on ice. Ravens defense can make a stop, but, you know, a field goal gives them a 2-possession lead. And now Harris running the ball. Yeah, that might just be it, guys. I'm just saying. Steelers about to be first-round exits anyway. That's a real salty way of looking at it, bro. That's a real salty way of looking at it. It's like, whatever. It doesn't matter if we lost. They're going to be first-round exits anyway. And if they're not, guess what? They come back here in the second round. So that's a real salty way of looking at it. Credit to them for forcing turnovers. So I don't know what to tell you. Just credit to them for forcing the turnover. I'm not about to be salty because we're turning the ball over. They're making plays. Credit to them. They're fighting for their playoff lives. Shout out to them for doing what they need to do. We got to do what we need to do. And Gus, he's a starter. He should know better than to fumble in that situation. Protect the football. He should know that. And at this point, look at this. They're getting bullied now. At this point, some of these guys are getting bullied right here. Steelers still need Buffalo and Colts and Jags to lose. They need a lot to get in. But at the end of the day, you can only control what you control. Their job is to come out here and win the game. You can only control what you control. Pittsburgh knows they need help, but they can only control what they can control. They got to come in here into Baltimore and find a way to win a football game. And right now, they're doing their job. They have the lead. They have the ball. The clock's winding down. They're doing what they need to do to try and win this game. Maybe now the media can shut up about the Ravens being fine without Lamar Jackson. I'm pretty sure they shut up about that throughout the season. Since he's potentially about to win his second MVP, I think they've kind of shut up about that. I'm sick of Pittsburgh owning us. They've beaten the Ravens 7 out of the last 8 times. Dude, they've always been owning us. Even during the Flacco days, even before then. You understand they have a very, very lengthy winning record against us. We've done a good job to keep it close, but they have a winning record against us for a reason. So it sucks, but it's always been the case. You just hope we could do something about it, but it's something about Pittsburgh that always makes us lose. All they need is a loss from either Jacksonville or Buffalo, most likely Buffalo. Every time Lamar is out, every time Lamar is out, the team is awful. When Mahomes out, they always still winning. That's not entirely the case. He's rarely missed time. So I don't even know if we can make that as an accurate thing. When has he missed a start? He's been knocked out of games, but when has he missed a start? So yeah, Najee's just bullying our front seven right now. And I know a lot of these backups haven't played much this season, but they're still want to at least come out here. Yeah, TJ Watt's out for the rest of the game with a knee injury. Yep, the Dolphins' defense is depleted, absolutely. Second down here for the Steelers. If they get a touchdown here, you probably put this game on ice. He's going to be dropped. He's going to be, what, a yard or two short. Third down coming up here for the Steelers. Ravens using a timeout. Go Colts, go Bills, go Jaguars. I guess. I'm going to laugh if the Bills miss the playoffs. They've been talking about Josh Allen for MVP throughout the season. I'm like, yo, can y'all at least make the playoffs first? I don't mind y'all having the conversation, but you can't be talking about him MVP. You can't talk about Josh Allen for MVP if y'all don't make the playoffs. So if the Steelers win this, and the Jaguars, who look like they can win theirs, a loss on Sunday Night Football takes the Buffalo Bills out of the playoffs. And I will laugh if that happens. Third down and 3. You know they're going to probably look to run it. Oh, they're going to pass it. And Najee's open. And he's going to pick up a first down. 13 and 4 loading. Pretty much at this point. Can't make a stop at this point unless you get a turnover. I want the Bills to win. Dolphins will probably rest starters. No. The Dolphins can't rest starters. They have to win the game to win the division, Sam. They can't. Dolphins are not resting starters. If they lose, they become the 6th seed and have to go to Kansas City. That's not no. I gotta say to Sam, the Dolphins have not won the AFC East. They're not resting starters. If they lose against the Bills, they go all the way from the 2 seed to the 6 seed, and now they become a road team that has to play in Kansas City for their first game. Dolphins ain't trying to lose that game. If the Bills win, they win the division. That's the stake. So no, they're not going to. They're not going to sit back and rest their starters, Sam. They're not going to do that. They're not. They are not.
See right there, the slip by Najee Harris on a bad field. The rule is you can't change direction trying to cut on your inside foot.
There's no team more likely to blow it than the Bills. I would laugh if they missed the playoffs. All that work just to miss the playoffs is crazy behavior. 2nd down and goal. If the Steelers score a touchdown here, the game's pretty much set. It's a lot of space you're going to try to give up here. If Harris gets in, which he could very well do, that's game. And it looks like Ravens using their timeouts, but again, this game's pretty much damn near on ice. You turn the ball over. How many times we turned it over today? Twice. You fumble it in the worst possible situations. You gotta cost yourself the game. Hundley's gonna get a chance to try to do something, but I don't even know. Even with the time, will you have a shot to do anything? You would have to score quickly and try to get the football back. But I don't know if there's anything you could do at this point if you're the Ravens. Because once they kick this field goal, if they do kick a field goal, that's game. They make it a 2-possession game. It's pretty much set in stone. Pittsburgh will do what they need to do to get the job done. Doesn't matter that the Ravens played their backups. Pittsburgh wins here. All they got to do is hope the Bills or the Jaguars choke, and they could potentially be in the playoffs. At the end of the day, give the credit to Steelers, man. They're doing what they need to do. 3rd down and goal here. Going to look to try to get in. So they're going to make a stop here on 3rd down. Ravens going to use their final timeout here, and Pittsburgh's going to have to kick a field goal here. Simpson's looking nice, so he may end up getting some reps in the playoffs. Simpson has looked nice tonight. He's going to end up getting some playing time in the playoffs. They may look to give him some reps. They may actually look to get him some reps. So it's good to see the Ravens defense actually makes a stop here on 3rd down. They legitimately may look to get him some reps in the playoffs. Simpson's looking nice right now. So he may get maybe a few reps, couple reps, we'll see. Ravens used all 3 of their timeouts to make a stop here. Boswell's going to have to kick this chip shot field goal, which, again, it's raining. You hope he doesn't slip, which he has before. And if you're Steelers, you kick this field goal, you give yourself a 10-point lead. You put yourself in a position to win the game, and you just hope the Ravens don't score quickly, I guess. Because, like, if the Ravens score a quick touchdown, now this becomes dangerous. 25-yard field goal here. Steelers going to call a timeout. Man, if it's raining in the playoffs, we don't need to run the ball. Run the ball. It's going on the ground. Well, we're going to have to run the ball. You can't just sit back and not run the ball the entire game. You just have to make sure these guys hold on to the football. But you can't just, like, not run the football. Kick is up, and it is good. 25-yard field goal here for Boswell. It's going to give the Steelers a 10-point lead with 3:13 left to go. So, basically, I guess at this point, the Ravens are going to have to score quickly and then try to see if they can get a 2-point conversion, or if they can score before the 2-minute warning, which is asking a lot. If you're able to score before the 2-minute warning, you give yourself a chance to do something. But yeah, Ravens made the 2 mistakes here is bad. Gus should be... Oh, he should strictly be used on the goal. Well, he's probably only going to be used in goal line situations. But, I mean, mostly he's going to be used for those goal line situations, but still. Gus was never fast. Gus was never a fast back. So saying he don't got anymore, he was never a fast back. His strength was never his speed. His strength was never his speed. Steelers are not making it past the wild card with a performance like this. They'll be going up against the winner of the 2 seed if they were to get this, which means it could be Buffalo, which will be a tough game for them, or Miami, who's riddled with injuries. That could be the right type of game that they need to see to get themselves a win. You never know. Upsets do happen in the playoffs. As long as you make the dance, you got a chance to win. And that's the mindset everyone needs to have. As long as you make the dance, you always have a chance to win. So you can look at Pittsburgh and say they're not making it past the wild card round. And in most situations, they probably won't. But as long as you can make it in the dance, anything can happen. For all we know, Pittsburgh can go in and they end up thoroughly taking down. Thoroughly, and I mean thoroughly taking down their opponent. Anything can happen. It's the playoffs for a reason. I don't really care about this loss. Feels bad for the players playing the game. But as long as we get out with no injuries, I'm good. The number one priority is to make sure we leave this game with no injuries. And so far, we've done a good job with that. Nothing major, nothing significant. So we're good on that aspect. We don't know what Mitchell and Dobbins are going to be coming back. So I can't answer if we should draft a back or not. So this... Oh. Nice tackle down Nelson Aguilar. So like I said, the Ravens already know this is probably done because, I mean, it's the rain. You can get an onside kick in the rain. But obviously they got to go quickly here. And obviously you would want to get it before the 2-minute warning. But Hill showcasing what he can do, picking up a first down and more. Ravens do got to go quickly. I know they're trying to get it before the 2-minute warning if you can, but I don't know. Someone told you the Bengals be 0-5 in the AFC North. What would you say? That's tough. Okay, I don't care about the Bills being on the Bills. I don't care about the Bengals being 0-5. That's nothing to do with me. I don't care about the Bengals. If someone tells me that, I'm like, okay, why are you telling me this for? I'm not a Bengals fan. I don't care what's going on with other teams that have nothing to do with my team. I think he got the first down. Ravens receivers are getting open. Well, I mean, Pittsburgh's playing soft. They're playing soft coverage here because they want them to use the middle of the field and to kill the time. Because at the end of the day, at this point, Baltimore's going to have to, even if they score a touchdown, they're going to have to kick an onside kick, which again, they kick an onside kick and they don't get it. The game's over. So at this point, Baltimore is pretty much just playing with the hope of a chance to recover an onside kick, which chances are they're not doing. At this point, you're just scoring to score, and you just hope for the best after that.
I thought they'd spotted it short. They did move the sticks for first down. Now they've changed their mind. Move this ball back. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Buffalo and Jacksonville win, so Pittsburgh don't make it. If we play them in the division round, we're losing. Yeah, I guess so. If you already want to assume your team's going to lose, if we play them in the division round, feel free to. If you feel so confident that if Pittsburgh and Baltimore play in the division round, they'll lose, please don't pull up to my stream. I don't need that. Playoffs, I'm not trying to deal with that negativity. If you honestly believe the Steelers and the Ravens, if they win a matchup in the playoffs, they're going to lose, do me a favor, don't watch the game or don't pull up to my stream. I don't need that in my stream, dog. That could have been picked. Ugh. Like, legit. Because we're not trying to bring no sort of negative vibes to the playoffs. If you're already thinking that way, you're already thinking they lose, do yourself a favor. Go do something else. Don't watch the playoffs. Or better yet, don't pull up to the stream. We're not about negative vibes here. We are not. If that's your mentality, please don't pull up to the stream. I have half a mind not to stream the postseason. Because I ain't trying to bring no negative vibes here. Not with the playoffs. We got a clear focus. If you got that type of mindset, don't pull up to the stream. If you think we're going to lose, don't pull up to the stream. If you've noticed, all right, cool, Charles, don't pull up to the stream then. Since we're going to lose, don't pull up to the stream. Don't pull up to the stream. If you are out there in the chat that believes that the Ravens and Steelers mean the division round they're going to lose, please don't pull up to my stream. Do not pull up to my stream. We are not going to bring negative vibes for this playoffs. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. If that's your mindset, I'm begging you, please don't pull up to my stream. I have half a mind not to even stream the divisional round. I could just be a fan and just watch it. Because I'm not trying to bring no sorts of negative vibes here. If you already are going into the game assuming we're going to lose, please don't pull up to the stream. I'm begging you. Do not. Do not. If you are already assuming your team's going to lose, please, I'm begging you, don't pull up to the stream. Don't even watch the game. You already said they're going to lose. Don't waste your time. Like, I'm just saying, please, we're not bringing that negative vibes to the playoffs. If that's your mindset, do not pull up to the stream. We're not doing none of that nonsense. We're not bringing those negative vibes here. Straight up, we are not bringing those negative vibes here. Like, straight up, we not. Throughout the season, I'll let it slide. I'll let it go. We can bring positive and negative vibes. But come playoff time, when we have a chance to compete for a title, we're not trying to bring negative vibes here. If you're coming here just to say the Ravens are going to lose, please don't pull up to my stream. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Well, Charles, your negativity ain't going to be here, bro. I'm telling you, Charles, if you going to come with a negative mindset for the division round, I can't have you in the stream, dog. I can't have you. What if the Ravens come out rusty? Jack, everybody comes out rusty that gets the number 1 seed. That's not an excuse. How many times has Brady gotten the number 1 seed? How many times has he been out for 2+ weeks? How many times have guys missed times? Everybody comes out rusty. The Chiefs came out rusty in 2019. They were down 24 points. They made a comeback. Guess what? For all the people that want to bring the rustiness, I cannot wait. Next week, I am playing it. Next week on my stream, we are going to re-look at the 2019 divisional round. For all the people that want to talk about coming out rusty, guess what? I want to ask you, all these people talk about rusty. Does rust last for 60 minutes? Does rust last for 60 minutes of a football game? I want an answer. Does rust last for 60 minutes of a football game? Can a team be rusty for an entire game? I want to know the answer right now. Can you be rusty for 64 minutes? You never get into any sort of rhythm. You never get comfortable. You never can do anything. Please, I want to know, can you be rusty for 60 minutes? Can you be rusty for 60 minutes? Every single person brings up 2019 for being rusty, but everyone seems to forget we went into halftime with an 8-point deficit. It was a 14-6 game heading into the divisional round, heading into halftime in that divisional game between us and the Titans. 14-6. You're telling me a team can't come back down to 8, even if you're rusty? You're telling me you can't come back down from an 8-point deficit if you're rusty? Are you serious? Are you serious? The Chiefs were down 24 points. They were so rusty against the Texans. That very same year, they pulled off the comeback. Enough of the rust talk. Everybody that gets a first round bye comes out rusty. It's how you adjust to the game. We didn't make adjustments in that game. We went into halftime down 14-6. Enough about the rust. Every team that doesn't play that long comes out rusty. It's going to happen. If you're already looking to use the rust excuse, you're already making excuses for the team to lose. Every person that has a first round bye is going to come out rusty. Whether it's 19 days, whether it's 14 days you're playing football. Everybody that gets a first round bye is going to come out rusty. That is not an excuse to lose a football game. It's not. Brady has gotten the first seed how many times? And when he's gotten the first seed, they've gotten to the Super Bowl. Enough with the rust talk. Enough. Enough. Players themselves, even Aaron Rodgers came out and said that's just a load of hogwash. At the end of the day, the adjustments you make is what's going to matter. Okay? I'm not listening to the rust talk. Of course guys are going to be rusty. But you're telling me you're going to be rusty for 60 minutes of a football game. 60 whole minutes of a football game. You're going to be rusty. You can't make adjustments? Everyone keeps bringing up 2019, we came out rusty. 2019, we came out rusty. No, please go look at Marlon Humphrey's podcast. He talked about it there. He said one of the main things that cost him was the fact that when they got punched in the mouth, everybody froze. Not only that, but he even admitted there that they were kind of looking towards that Kansas City matchup next week. So that was a team that was not only overlooking their opponent, but a team that when they first got punched in the mouth, they had no response. They were all shook. So I'm not trying to hear this rust talk. I'm not. How many 1 seeds have gone on to win the Super Bowl? Somebody please show me that. How many teams that have gotten a first round bye has gone on to win the Super Bowl, or at least make the Super Bowl? Enough with the rust talk. Enough. Every team's going to come out rusty. That's a 1 seed. It's about how you adjust to the game. We were down 14-6 heading into halftime with the ball coming out of halftime. Oh, I can't wait. We're going to pull out the film. We are legitimately going to pull out the film for the 2019 division round. I'm going to be streaming that. We're going to talk about that whole game. But we were down 14-6 heading into halftime with us getting the football coming out of half. And we did nothing with it from there. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Enough of the rust talk. I'm tired of people just doing that. Enough. Stop trying to make pre-excuses for the team. Everyone's telling you they're locked in. Chiefs were rusty in 2019 when 2 teams get the 1 seed. They were yeah, exactly. Like I said, boss. The Chiefs were down 24-0 against the Texans. Of course, they were rusty. But guess what? They made adjustments and got things done. I'm tired of people using... You're already trying to build excuses for this team in case they fail. Not using the rust excuse. None of that. None of that. No. There's no excuses. They didn't play their quarterback because they didn't want to get him hurt. The best player on this defense just got hurt. Anything can happen in a tough, physical AFC North football game when it's raining outside. They didn't want to play him. I'm not using the rust excuse. Lamar himself wouldn't use the rust excuse. No. Go out there and get it done. Is there going to be rust? Most likely. Absolutely. But you have to adjust. That's why a football game is 60 minutes. Make some adjustments. Make some adjustments. It's as simple as that. Make some adjustments. If you can't do that, why are you here? We were, again, 2019, we were down 14-6 heading into halftime. We received the ball coming out of halftime. What did we do with it? Turnover on downs that very next drive. Oh, I can't wait. Enough with the rust excuse. Enough. Enough with the rust excuse. My God. Playoff predictions? We gotta wait. Blue Rocky, I can't give my playoff predictions until everybody is complete. We need to know who's gonna make the playoffs. Pittsburgh may make it. I don't know what the final seeding is gonna be. Field goal here, 17-10. The game is pretty much as good as done. But yeah, I don't know what the final seedings is gonna be, Blue Rocky, so I have to wait. Once we know what the playoff, who's gonna be in the playoffs, then we will sit back and discuss playoff matchups. We'll talk about playoff predictions in terms of the wild card, maybe division. We'll go from there, but I need to know who's going to be in the playoffs. So we got to wait for today and tomorrow. So that's pretty much what we got to wait to see. This is funny. It's the exact same score that Baltimore lost to by Pittsburgh. 17-10 and 17-10. That's hilarious. I had onside kicks happening. Obviously, in the rain, it becomes a lot more difficult, so the Ravens technically do have a chance. But I'm going to be honest. The game's over, guys. Even if the Ravens were to somehow get this onside kick, there's 16 seconds left on the clock. In what world are they going to get some miracle touchdown in 16 seconds, even if they were to get the football? At the end of the day, Pittsburgh, take your win. Congratulations. You're one step closer to the postseason. You got to hope you get some help. It's going to be recovered by the Steelers, and that's going to end it off. Why y'all getting so worked up over this game? Because they're fans. And that's just how fans are. You guys need to chill out. This game don't matter for us. Bro, it's fans. That's just how fans are always going to be. Why am I congratulating the rivalry? It's called sportsmanship. If you don't know what sportsmanship is, I don't know how to explain that to you as a fan. Whether we win or lose every game, I always show sportsmanship. It's a level of respect we show to our opponents. And I would expect the same. I'm not a 5-year-old baby crying about my team losing. I show respect. Congrats to the Steelers for getting the win. They got the job done. It's called sportsmanship. It's something they teach you in the very basic of basics when you play team sports. It's a level of sportsmanship, guys. If that's not what you do as a fan, cool. I'm not one of those fans. I come after Steelers fans that cry every time we beat them. But the Steelers fans that show me respect and sportsmanship and say, hey, GG's, man, y'all got the win. Congrats to y'all. We may see you in a couple weeks if we can get it done. That's just me. Congrats to the Steelers. Obviously, y'all going to need some help to get in the playoffs. You got the 10 wins. We'll see what happens. You did what you could to try to get yourself a playoff chance. If you miss the playoffs, oh well. If you make the playoffs, cool. But it's called sportsmanship. That's just how it is. It's called sportsmanship. I give every team sportsmanship besides the Steelers. You're free to do whatever you want. I show sportsmanship, so that's just me. I'm not going to be a salty fan because my team lost. I'm not 12 anymore. I'm not going to be a salty fan because my team lost. When I was a child, when my team would lose, I would talk all sorts of trash and not care. I'm going to show sportsmanship. It's a level of respect. It's a rivalry for a reason. I'm going to show respect to our rivals. They got the job done. We move on. We got to go to the playoffs. I would hope if the Ravens and Steelers somehow meet in the playoffs and we beat them, I would hope Steelers fans would give us that same sentiment. I know some of them won't, but I know some of them will. And plenty of the other content creators that I follow, they show that same level of respect. Shizzle Adonis, whether his team wins or lose, he gives a level of respect to every single opponent, gives them respect. Shout out to them. Congrats on the win. You did what you needed to do. Go on next week and do it. Now it's time to talk about my Steelers. Shizzle Adonis does it. A lot of other people do it too. If you don't want to show sportsmanship, you're free to do so. That's who you are as a fan. I ain't going to do that. Me, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to show sportsmanship. I got no animosity for this team at the end of the game. Before the game, during the game, full-on animosity. After the game, nah. I don't have any sort of animosity for Steelers. It's a rivalry. These people still got to go on with their lives. At the end of the day, you see them shaking hands. They ain't got no bad blood between each other. They're shaking hands. They're congratulating each other and saying, hey, best of luck. Moving forward, maybe we see you in the playoffs. That's how it's always been in sports. It's called showing sportsmanship. We've seen what happens to players when they don't show sportsmanship. Michael Jordan never ever forgave Isaiah Thomas for not showing sportsmanship after the Bulls finally got past the Pistons. I'm not mad at all. I just remember the Ravens fans in the offseason that wanted to run Lamar out of town and stick with Huntley. Because fans are fans. They have the attention spans of 5-year-olds. When Huntley can't win unless we hold teams under 14, he sucks. He has not been great. He has not been great. He's not somebody that's going to carry a team. I want to see you and Adonis collab. That'll be fire. I ain't got the clout to be able to collab with Adonis. Hey, man, hey, hit him up. Hit him up on Twitter and say, hey, man, check out Keep It Real, and you may want to collab with him. Maybe you'll look up, but, I mean, I ain't got the clout. But I got the utmost respect for Chisel Adonis. His videos are funny. He's hilarious. And, yeah, I just got a lot of respect for the guy. So, shout out to him. I know he's happy that the Steelers got the job done. I know they're like, happy, but at the same time, they got to be pissed with how their Steelers played over the last couple weeks with Mitchell Trubisky. Steelers act like children when they beat a bad Ravens team and their best player got injured. At the end of the day, they're celebrating a win. They're not sitting there acting like they're going to the Super Bowl. Some Steelers fans are going to do that, but sometimes fans are just happy that they got the win. Okay, that's just it. There's not. Again, we got to understand. Not every fan is acting like that. Maybe the fans you interact with, but not every fan is acting like that. I can guarantee you that Chisel Adonis isn't going to be acting like a child for this win. He's not. No respect here given to the Steelers. Their fans are garbage. Hey, man, that's your choice. You're free to do so. I give respect to every opponent we face at the end of the day, and I say GG's. I know plenty of Steeler fans that are respectable and don't act like children. And there's some content creators, too, that are respectable who are Steeler fans that don't act like children. That's just me. If you got any Steelers fan that you know personally or any Steelers fan that you've interacted with that act like trash and act like cocky, arrogant individuals, that's you. But the people that I know that are Steeler fans, they show the utmost respect. So I do the same thing back. It all depends. It's just sports, guys. I'm not going to be disrespectful to anybody that's not disrespectful to me. If you got people that y'all know that are fans of a team that's disrespectful to you when their team wins, but salty when your team wins, by all means, don't show them any sort of sportsmanship if you want. But I don't got anybody like that in my life, so I show sportsmanship to every team we face off with, and I show respect to every team we face off with. That's just me. But, yeah, I'm going to end this here because we obviously got the Colts-Texans game, and I'm just going to go chill out and relax, man. This is draining. Woo! But, yeah, Steelers get the win. They advance to 10-7, and they keep their playoff hopes alive. Now the Steelers are going to be sitting back and hoping that the Jaguars or the Bills lose. And Buffalo, I'm going to tell you this right now. Let me look at the camera directly because I want to sit back and say this. Because a lot of Buffalo Bill fans have been talking about how Josh Allen should be the MVP and all this other stuff. And I've been saying y'all been putting your focus and attention on the wrong things. I'm telling you this right now. Steelers got the win. The Jags are going up against a bad Titans team. If they get the win, Sunday night in Miami is a must-win game. If you guys miss the playoffs with a healthy Josh Allen, y'all are not living this down. All this talk about MVP and your MVP doesn't even get to the playoffs? No. I'm telling you right now. We'll see. If the Jaguars fold against the Titans, y'all can go into Sunday Night Football knowing you got a playoff spot. Now it's time to win the division. But if the Jaguars win and you head into Miami with your playoff lives on the line and you lose, no. You're done. When the Ravens have missed the playoffs, Lamar Jackson's been hurt. Bengals missing the playoffs when Joe Burrow's getting hurt. You cannot have Josh Allen healthy for a season with 42 touchdowns on the year and y'all don't sniff the postseason. Y'all better get y'all priorities straight. You better get the job done tomorrow night. I'm going to be here live streaming that. Sunday Night Football in South Beach. I'm telling you, if you lose to the Dolphins and you miss the playoffs, y'all not hearing the end of it. You're not hearing the end of it. That's all I got to say. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Stay blessed. Peace out.